Good morning, everyone. I am Kandi Conda. Many of you know me. Many of you know me from Life After Sports. Some of you know me as Casey Bizboss. And I have been in this industry of live streaming and business consulting for probably over 20 years. I used to teach entrepreneurship for the Illinois Institute of Entrepreneurship Education for 15 years. And then I started my own consulting business, ripping and running around the country and helping women and business owners start their own business and make their own magic happen. Many of you also know that I've been in the conference business forever. And prior to doing this particular online conference, we were actually doing a in-person conference, and we were going to do it here in Las Vegas, and it was going to be exciting, and it was going to be super wonderful. And guess what happened? COVID happened. So we decided we're like, we're not going to let anything stop us. We're still going to make this happen. And that's why we decided to do the fourth quarter finish Women's Empowerment Conference, because we wanted you to be able to finish strong in 2020. And that's what this is all about: finishing strong, letting no one get in your way, letting no one stop your magic, letting no one, take your joy. None of that. We're having none of that. So we put this together, and we have a powerful panel. We have two powerful panels and 5 breakout sessions for you. There is something for everyone, whether you are a business owner, whether you want to start a business, whether you're just working from home, you're thinking about it, or you were working every day and things just didn't pan out, or COVID or whatever changed your direction. We have something for everyone right here at the fourth quarter finish. So also, not only will we be doing 4 conferences next year, first, second, third, and fourth quarter, we will also be doing Genius Talks starting next month. You'll be able to register for them right directly after this on Monday. You'll be able to register for Genius Talks. Those will be targeted to health and finances, social media, purchasing real estate, whatever it is, getting your money together, whatever it is that you need. We'll be able to do that through Genius Talks. And I'm excited to announce Genius Talks. You guys are like the first to hear about it, because there will be, some of them will be done via conference call, because some of us are kind of zoomed out, right? We just want to get on the phone and talk like girlfriends. So some of them will be done on a conference call basis, and some of them will actually be done via video. Now, many of us have had to make decisions in such a short time, and we need to maybe take our business online when we didn't plan on doing that. Maybe we need to change our business structure. Maybe, you guys made a lot of money from Susus, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, congratulations. Or maybe some of you guys lost some money via Susus. Or maybe you had money from unemployment, or money ran out. You just need to re-navigate your time. Or maybe it's just sometimes to reinvent yourself. But regardless of what it is that you need to do, we have someone here to help you today at the fourth quarter finish. One of the reasons why I decided to do this conference is because I know so many business influencers, talented individuals, people that are just at the top of their game. And I wanted to try to put them all in one room for you guys. So I'm going to go over the schedule a little bit later at the end here, but I want to tell you where I met these wonderful presenters and why they're so important to me. So first of all, we couldn't have put this on without our sponsors. So some of you have either gotten an email, or you hear her in the background, Nadia Presents. Nadia Presents is a conference planning company that, and our technology arm that we're using today. She's a Black-owned business, and I wanted to support her business, so I could only do what I do best, which is the organizing, hunting you guys down to buy tickets, hunting my sponsors down. And let me tell you guys something. Anybody that knows me, you guys know that I did not play with you guys. I Facebooked you guys on the inbox. I sent you guys from our text message blast program. I sent you guys emails. I called you on the phone. I texted you on the phone because I wasn't playing. I wanted you guys here. And you guys relented and registered for this conference today. But I want this, if you're going to be in business, guys, you have got to not take no for an answer. Do not take no. If they say yes, if they say no, then there's just 2 more opportunities to say yes. And what did I do? All of you guys know I kept going. You guys can't, oh my God, I forgot that. I don't care. just make sure you go and register. I will talk about why you didn't do it earlier on another call. Okay, so I'm saying that all to say I love you guys. I am so glad that all of you guys registered. I'm over the moon here. So I just wanted to let you know. So now I want to say thank you to some people that when I called, they said yes. I'm going to start, and so our panels and our speakers are made up of a myriad and plethora of different people. Some of them are friends, some of them are family, some of them are my clients, some of them are business associates, but what they all are is they're all talented and they're all at the top of their game. So before I introduce who's going to be speaking today, I'm going to tell you guys who our sponsors were that really made this happen. Nadia Presents, who's our tech arm for today and our Zoom specialist. And I'm gonna make you guys, hopefully you guys can still see me, right? Okay, Nadia Presents, thank you, Nadia. Black-owned business, 80 Brown Travel, who sponsors so many of the events that she sponsors our Life After Sports app right here. She's at the bottom of this app. As I travel around the country speaking, I can always, 80 Brown Travel always will in some way say, hey, how can I connect with you? How can we get more visibility? How do we get our business out there? Project 180 Chicago. Project 180 Chicago was my partner in Athletes Who Give in Chicago during NBA All-Star Weekend. As you guys remember, for all of you guys that were in Chicago, we had those dynamic athletes that help us to give away thousands of dollars to student athletes in Chicago. And how lucky are we? We literally missed COVID by a week. So we pulled off our beautiful event in Chicago, along with our partner, Project 180 Chicago. We're also going to do Athletes Who Give next year, hopefully again during NBA All-Star Week. So that's awesome. Thank you, Project 180 Chicago. BU Apparel, Bettina Hunt. I cannot say enough about her. Bettina is always also, she's in Memphis. She has a beauty and apparel company, but she also works with a nonprofit. She's an accountant. She's also one of those girlfriend, what do you need kind of people. How can I help you make this happen? And I'm telling you guys, if you guys are going to be in business, and these are people that I've been knowing for, we're talking 10, 15 years. So if you're going to be in business, you got to make relationships, and those relationships have got to last, because if you're going to do any type of event like this and you need sponsors, you want people that you can count on. And yes, thank you, Bettina. So we also have Dr. T.M. Williams. She's in business consulting. She's in Chicago, and she's another, no, this is Smalls, but they're both business consulting. That was T.M. Williams. T.M. Williams and Smalls, actually, we're lucky both of those guys are in Chicago. And Dr. Williams also has an office out here in Vegas, which is amazing. And I'm looking to see some of the things that she's going to be doing in Vegas. Vilma Farrar has Perfume Chateau. Guys, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about doing your own perfume business, making your own fragrance? I haven't before, but I do know that I have a hard time finding that perfect fragrance. So Vilma has come up with Perfume Chateau. She's actually going to teach you guys how to either create your own fragrance or start your own perfume business. So make sure you go on over to Perfume Chateau. She's on Patreon. She has several levels depending on what it is that you want to do in the perfume business. But I want you guys to make sure you check out what she has here, because I'm telling you, me personally, I don't have time to be mixing and doing formulas and all that. But she walks you through the entire process to either make your own fragrance or start your own perfume business. Last but not least, we have Life After Sports as our own brand. If you get a chance, would you please go to the Life After Sports, the App Store, and you can download our app. We have so many things for student athletes, everything from, we have tips and tidbits. We have professional athletes that have left information in our Behind the Ball series. But here's what I want to announce that is going to rock your socks. We have 100 workshops that is going to be connected to our Life After Sports app, and it is from our own sports lab. We have The first 35 workshops will be going up in the next upcoming weeks. We have everything from how to get in the draft. If you have a student interested in the draft, we have CBD information on pro sports. So if you have a friend or family member in pro sports and they want to know, can I use CBD in the NFL, in the NBA, in the WNBA, in college sports? We have that information. We have information on how to on concussion protocol. If you think about it in pro sports, how to enter the Olympics, everything you think about, we have in the sports lab, which is also attached to our Life After Sports brand. So pretty soon, guys, even if you're not an athlete, most of us are sports moms or sports grandmas or, you know, friends of athletes. All of you guys will be able to access the sports lab under Life After Sports and get any information you can possibly think of relating to sports. We are going to be a one-stop shop. And now, if you want to sponsor anyone of these sports workshops, please let me know. Inbox me. 80 Brown Travel also has a CBD company, so they're one of our CBD sponsors. So we've already got people on board and already sponsoring these 100 workshops. So guys, if you have a business and you think it'll go along, you think it's something that athletes need to know, there's a whole section for professional athletes. So if there's anything you think they need to know and you have a business and you want visibility for those pro athletes that will be looking at these workshops, we have a lot. We actually have a workshop with agents of athletes. So they're going to be also telling you guys what to look for. We have a sports mom category, everything you can think of. Okay, enough of that. I'm really happy about this. You guys can tell about this Life After Sports app, right? and our new sports lab. Okay, I want to shout out my VIPs. My VIPs got they had a special package. Those that registered early, and if you didn't get your package, it will be coming in the next couple of days. But for my VIPs, so I'm going to also shout them out. They were able to get a calendar from us, and they were able to get one of our Life After Sports special branded notebooks. And so our VIPs were 4G Sports, which I've been on their sports show. Thank you, Nia Malika, Tanya Reeves, Sharon Hudgens, Educational Consulting, Arde Wiggs, one of our VIPs, Vanessa Williams, Sharon Ringer, she's my TLC Laso tea person, always trying to get me to sell Laso tea. No, just send me the tea that I need. Thank you very much. I love how your body is going, but I can't sell Laso tea. Thank you. I have no time to sell anything. Also, one of my also VIP sponsors is Rose Waller, Paparazzi. I have this gorgeous necklace on. I don't know if you guys can see it. I made my, I'm a little tall there today, but yes, and again, beautiful necklace. I get new necklaces every month. I love it. And then last but not least is Aisha Barkley. Also a client, sports consultant. We've been working together. I helped her as she retired from playing pro ball a couple years ago. And I was just speaking on a Zoom with her a couple weeks ago, and we were telling her students how I had to call her in the middle. We were talking about sacrifice, and we were talking about how I had to actually call her in the middle of the night to, because she was playing overseas in Turkey. And so we were just talking about the sacrifice that you have to make. So thank you, Dr. CIT there. Okay, guys. Now, I want to tell you guys a little bit about our schedule today, okay? But I want to give you guys this one tip before I go there. If you guys want to make something happen, you have got to move everyone out of the way. I want you guys get selfish a little bit going into this last quarter of the year. You guys have basically got 2.5 months left. Get selfish. Make it about you. It's okay. Because a lot of times we're busy as women. We are making sure that the pets are okay. And we are running around to everyone's doctor's appointments. And now with COVID, we're taking our parents. And then we're trying to navigate that and still figure our own life out as well. We have to start getting selfish and taking care of ourselves. When you go get your hair done, your nails done, turn the phone off. Take that half an hour or 45 minutes and don't even answer the phone. Don't pay attention, and make sure you go and get your nails done if you want to. Okay, go and get that pedicure. A lot of times we're busy counting pennies and like, oh my God, the pedicure and the manicure and all this stuff together is $100. But we blow that at Starbucks anyway. What's the difference? Skip a Starbucks, do that at home, and go and get some me time. Go get you that massage or that facial or whatever it is that you desire. Because I am going to tell you guys, it's going to fly by so quickly. You're going to look up and you're going to have done everything for everyone else and do nothing for yourself. And I talk to those people who say, oh my God, I look out for all my friends or whatever, and they don't do the same for me. That's great. Well, then you have to stop it. You have to get it in your head that sometimes it is about you. When people say, oh, it's not always about you. Well, why not? Why can't it be about you? Who says so? Okay, because I get like that. Sometimes I get a selfish Friday where I don't pick up the phone. I don't put, if it's nothing's on fire, I'm not going to answer that text message. And yes, I am going to stop sometime and, go to take in a movie or whatever it is and do me. And I am telling you this because you need to hear this today. If there's someone out there right now that is contemplating suicide or contemplating giving it all up, when someone told me that, it really kind of blew my mind, because I've never, ever been that person. I'm self-motivated. I'm that Energizer bunny that comes with the bunnies included. I'm the person that works up 4:30. I wake up the chickens. So I don't, that I have not experienced that, but that's me. To me, like I said, after doing 12 and a half years in the military, I'm just a regimented person. I'm going to get up every day and go get it. But now I want you guys to be doing the same thing. People ask me all the time, oh my God, I miss your morning periscopes. I used to do a periscope every morning at 5 o'clock. People are still texting me, oh my God, I can't believe you're not on Periscope anymore. And I may get back to that, but right now, here we are. Someone needs to mute their background, by the way. So here we are doing this is the morning motivation. This is it. Okay. And I will share again for those of you that came in late. You guys see that I did not stop when, I had a goal of people that I was going to, everybody said, you can't do a paid Zoom. Zooms have to be free. Well, that's who. And the reason why I say that is because I wanted to, pay my conference coordinator so that I could do what I do best. I wanted to be able to bless her business. So I said, in order to do this, we got to sell tickets. We're not going to sell them for that much, but we're going to sell them. We're going to get some sponsors. And I'm saying, because everybody's like, no, you got to do it for free. I'm like, no, we don't. And we ended up accomplishing all of our missions because we are all in this together. So we're delivering, information, talents, gifts, and all of that to you. And in turn, we're also helping other small businesses because in this climate, guys, we're not going to make it if we don't help each other. We have to share the wealth. Okay, and we got to pass it around. And I want you guys to start thinking that way. How do we share the wealth? Not just how do we get it in, but how do we get it in and give it out? And I want to tell you guys something. If you don't think that there's a higher power at work, if you don't think that God is watching, if you don't think that, I got some land to sell you guys. Just yesterday, my daughter and I had to put together some money to send to a family member. I'm going to keep this as classy as I can. I will tell you, my daughter, we were talking about this morning. We put together some money to send to a family member yesterday. We put the money together. We weren't planning on doing it, but it happened that way. She Zoomed me. I Zoomed them. I will guarantee you, my daughter texts me back in seconds and says, Mom, you aren't going to freaking believe this. She said, something that I've been working on for months now, for 6 months. I just got the call that it came through. She was like, I know when you do right, that God is definitely sending you those blessings. And then last night, before I went to bed, I was sitting in my chair. And last night, someone that I forgot about, they had something going on. Text me. It's like, oh my God, girl, I forgot to send you the sponsorship fee. Check your Zelle. I mean, it's just been going just that way. So I am saying to you, when you do right, it's going to bless you as well. So I just want to leave that there because I will stay here for the rest of the day with that. And I don't want to do that to y'all today. But you guys got to get out there and get it. Don't be scared. Don't let anyone tell you what cannot happen. Don't even listen to it. If they're a naysayer, you don't need them anyway. Okay? Those are the kind of people you call them every now and then. The naysayer people, the people that are going to say no and tell you not to do things. Those people, put those long handle spoon those guys. Okay. And I'm serious. I want my tight circle to be people that's going to be motivating me, saying, yes, you can do this. Hey, I've been calling up everyone. Hey, everybody texting them randomly. Did you vote yet? Here's the voting link for your city. Just randomly. Here's the voting link in Atlanta. Here's how you vote in St. Louis. They're like, girl, I haven't even heard from you last time, but thank you. Yes, do whatever it is that you need to do to get to the next level. Okay. Now, here's what today is going to look like for you guys, because I want you guys to be excited as I am, even though that's kind of hard, because y'all know me. I run on 500 every day. Okay. First of all, we have the money millionaire guru and New York Times best-selling author. She's going to be up right after me in about 8 more minutes, Loral Langemeier. Now, let me tell you something that's so funny about Loral. So I met Loral last year here in Vegas because Jane Kennedy was in town, and I got a call from her manager to come and interview her. Jane Kennedy had not been in the public eye for 20 years. You guys know Jane Kennedy Overton, from her days as a ESPN correspondent and football actress, host. And this was her first, she had a book she was promoting. And so and then it was also the anniversary of women in football. 20 years or 40 years, 50 years, whatever it is. I forgot how many ever years it was in women in football. So yeah, she came out to promote her book. So they called me to come and interview her. So I'm interviewing her. I'm setting up all my lights and got my ring light and all my stuff. So this lady comes down and she's kind of like sitting in the chair. And I was like, who are you? She was like, who are you? She's like, this is my office. I'm like, okay. So, and it was so funny because she was so sweet. She was like, look, she said, I know it's going to be hard for me. You would be interviewing her with us watching over your shoulder. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my office in privacy. She's very sweet. So yeah, so I've kept in contact with her. And as soon as this opportunity came up, I'm like, there's not another person that has probably got, probably the only other person that's got the kind of energy I have. And that will be great for this. And, so I called her up like, Loral, you got to be our keynote. Okay, so yeah, I just had to tell the Jane Kennedy story because I love that. Next, the panel after that is going to be Demi Lobo. Now, for all of you guys that don't know, but I can't see if there's anyone that doesn't, Demi Lobo is my daughter. I didn't put her on here because she's my daughter. I put her on here to do this millennial panel because I learned so much from her. You don't know how many days my daughter has came in and whizzed up my computer and whizzed up this app and added this app on and put these together. So I'm like, we need a panel because we need to learn from our millennials. There was a time way back when we would just say, okay, let us talk. No, it's not that way. We have to learn. She whizzes up everything for me. Whizzes up, jazzes it up. Mom, look, you're doing this. Oh, wait, get these 2 programs here. This one program will do what those 3 are doing. Okay, girl. So, we needed that millennial panel discussion to see what it is that they're doing and how they're doing it. And if you're a business owner, you really need this because guess what, guys? We don't have all that time that we used to have, right? We got other things that we want to do with our time. So if I can save an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours a week, then yes, give me that. So what we have on our panel today is my daughter is hosting. I got lucky. My godson is coming on. So Nikki was supposed to be on, and she is actually on a flight right now. So my daughter was able to get another wonderful entrepreneur. Her name is Courtney, but she goes by Miss I Am, and she has a LA store, Urban Rarity. My daughter, who is a radio personality in LA, and also she's a serial entrepreneur. She has a online sunglass business that is going amazing. Also, she's adding a t-shirt line. She's also an author. And then, of course, we got one guy, y'all. We have one guy. My godson flew into LA today, and he's like, I want to be involved. And he is, actor, playwright. He knows all of the celebrities. We used to call him Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Chicago years ago. But yes, he's in Hollywood right now working on a movie, and he's going to pop in because he does a lot with social media and a lot in the media space as well. So they've got a panel that is right behind Loral. And then, where was I? Okay. And then, of course, so we've got Yolanda Carter. Yolanda and I met in a t-shirt shop. And Yolanda, I said, girl, where's your book? She had her eye patch on. I was like, where's your book? What, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. And I was like, girl, where's your book? She's like, I don't have one. I'm like, girl, I'll get you a book. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I've been working with Yolanda since then. She's great domestic violence advocate. She'll tell you her story. She's in one of the breakout sessions. And guys, you have got to hear her story. She's been all over speaking because, of course, this is it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which we share with Domestic Violence Month as well. Leo Aduro Corton, again, one of my clients. We were doing her release party for her single a couple months ago, and now she's on Billboard with Kirk Franklin and all these big wigs. I'm like, look at you being on top of Kirk Franklin's song on Billboard. Okay, but she also is she's the first lady of a church. Her husband has an amazing church, so she's gonna basically just talk to you guys about taking control of your life. And then we have Dr. Angela Wheeler, who is one of my BFFs. She's a Life After Sports board member and somebody who I drive insanely crazy because I call her up 24 hours a day. But I mean, everybody would love to have a doctor, in their phone, right? I do. So I'm able to call her up and ask her whatever it is that I need to ask her, include, if I have a toenail, hangnail, she's like, are you calling me because you have a hangnail? Yes, I have a hangnail. What do I do? But anyway, she's going to talk to you guys about self-care today. Peja Hudson. I met Peja back in my Periscope days, and she's a celebrity makeup artist. And I wanted her, like I said, we're ending the year, your makeup changes. I have gotten chocolate. If I showed you guys the inside of my chest, what my face looks like, it's like 5 shades different. Okay, so of course my makeup daughter was last week. She's like, Mom, your makeup is looking different. Yeah, our makeup changes. We're out here in the sun. I'm baking in Vegas. So yes, we got Peja coming today. Also, who's going to be, and then Loral will be back also to. Laura will be back also doing one of the breakout sessions. So after the breakout, I have my own panel with Shequita. Shequita was one of my hosts, one of my sponsors when I was doing my 70-city Periscope tour. She hosted us in the Virginia area, that tri-state area down there. And so I've stayed in touch with Shequita. She's a social media coach. So on my panel, after the breakout sessions, Shequita and LaVonne Idlette, who's an Olympian and a real estate investor, we're going to be talking about 3 tips for your social media to finish off the year strong, and 3 business tips for you to finish strong. And LaVonne came here to Vegas, and we've been together in Florida. We're getting ready to do something in Florida for Super Bowl week, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Last but not least, we are going to tape this. So again, if you came in late or you want to get the replay, you can. If you are registered, you will get the replay automatically. If you are not registered and you got a free link from one of your speakers, then you will have to go get the replay link. Okay, I think that's going to be it. I'm getting ready to give you Laurel's bio, and then I'm sure she probably will tell you a few more things, but I want to kind of stay close as possible. So I'm going to read Laurel's bio, and then we're gonna have her in. I want you guys to welcome her. So just give us a clap, even though we know you can't hear it. And then on the very end, guys, make sure you put yourself on video. After we get through with the second panel, we're gonna put you guys on video. You will be able to come on, unmute yourself, and give us a 30-second elevator pitch. Isn't that gonna be cool? All right, guys. Now, Loral Langemeier is a money expert, sought-after speaker, entrepreneurial thought leader, and best-selling author of 5 books, who is on a relentless mission to change the conversation about money and empower people around the world to become millionaires. Yes, for the millionaires. The CEO and founder of Live Out Loud, Inc., a multinational organization, Loral shares her best advice without hesitation or apology. Loral has created, nurtured, and perfected a 3 to 5 year strategy to make millions for the average Jill and Joe. To date, the company has served thousands of individuals worldwide and created hundreds of millionaires through wealth building, education, keynotes, workshops, products, events, programs, and coaching services. Loral Straight Talk electrifies audiences and inspires powerful action from live stages and televisions. Programs ranging from CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News Channel, Fox Business Channel, America's Nightly Scoreboard, The Dr. Phil Show, and The View. She is a regular guest host on The Circle in Australia and has been featured in articles in USA Today, The Wall Street Journal, The New York Times, Forbes magazine and was the breakout star in the film The Secret. Loral is also lives here in Vegas. And without any further ado, guys, I'm going to turn over Loral Langemeier.
Well, make your hands clap. Say, I can make your hands clap.
Every small business owner has to have a mentor. A mentor is someone who has walked the path before you. So their job, I think, and I've had mentors since I was 17. That was just a few years ago. If you have the intention of becoming an entrepreneur and making money and getting wealthy, then you form your corporation right now. Instead of focusing on what you can't have and the struggles, you focus on what you can have. And so like the illegal conversations I say at home is you don't say what you can't afford, you say, well, how can we afford it?
Am I the only living soul around?
I mean, last I checked, and I always say this kind of funny, but Christopher Columbus did not discover America so we could have jobs. I mean, he discovered it for entrepreneurialism, for freedom, and we have lost it. We lost it from, generations have lost it. It is time to bring spirit back. I mean, that's where the money's made. It's, I want to be a millionaire, and I'm going to change my choices, my way of living, and really get in action around creating that for myself and my life. The traditional financial planning world doesn't work if you really want to be wealthy. The traditional financial planning world is designed that you maybe stay stable. It designs you to make less as you get older. Hi, this is Loral Langemeier, the Millionaire Maker. I want you to follow me on Instagram. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you get all my messages. What we talk about in the Millionaire Maker is money makeovers and how do you really recreate. Most people are focusing on debt. What we want you to focus on is creating more. I'd say 80% of my coaching that I do one-on-one with folks is about their psychology and the way they think. You know, you can run from creditors, but you can't run from your credit score.
'Cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out. And when we wake, we'd be the only sound.
You really have to get your money working for you. Most people don't know how to invest. They're investing poorly. They're in single-digit numbers. Millionaires don't do that.
All right. So I only have a brief moment. I am super excited, Kandi, and I just want to clarify that story because, first of all, I do live in northern Nevada. I lived in Lake Tahoe area. We have offices here in Carson City, but I've been up here since 2005. And the reason I was in that office, which is another office of mine, is that I'm one of the owners of the Black Hole, the Raider Nation. So we were there and actually doing a big launch party to that office. And it has been so exciting as the Oakland Raiders have moved to now Las Vegas and what Vegas is going to do with that team. It's super exciting. And I can't wait to continue to work with Kandi and all of her folks. And it's just really good. It's so good. So I have a very brief time. I'm going to talk about money. I have to put this up for a quick little disclaimer because I'm going to touch on a lot of money things. With COVID, everything has changed. And all of you, and I know there's probably some men out there, but I'll speak to you wealth deep as I call you, you women, and what you need to be doing and can be doing right now to take, say, more care of yourselves and your family in this interesting time. What's different about it is that it's not going back. And I think there's so many people who live in a reverse dream. Like, I'm going to go back to where there was, or I'm going to go back to how it was in high school, college, or to a different business. It's not going back. This is about designing forward and how you want to be. So let me just talk a little bit about money and just give you a little education in the patterns of money. So if you want to advance the slide, Steve. I have an awesome team out here. Brianna's also out here. Those of you who want to continue our conversation, we'll be talking to her directly. Just a little background. I was born on a farm in Nebraska, no money conversation. Walked into parenting and was a single mom. I knew I was going to be a single mom. He didn't want to be a dad. That was fine with me, but that was my millionaire year. And I did it in about 6 months when I was 34. So you can all do this too. You just have to want to learn about money. And it can't be forced, and it can't be something that you haven't done before. You've really got to stop, make a commitment to learning the truth about money. And I've been studying it now for 25 years. And here's the problem. Most people, and just so you know, this is financial statements, don't even know this. Most people live their life by their checkbook. I'm going to teach you to live your life by a balance sheet and a P&L, like how much money you can make versus what's in your checkbook today. And too many of you, because you weren't taught about money, you make decisions from your checkbook. And then what happens is you live your life in this lifestyle cycle. You focus on the liabilities. So income and expenses is what you do per month. Assets and liabilities is everything you own, is your assets, everything you owe. So for example, if you have a lot of debt, the total amount of debt is in your liability. The amount you have to pay every month is your expenses. And people get fixated on this cycle and they live their life driven by, what do I have in my checkbook? And they think the only way to make money is a job, which is not true. I'm going to teach you all how to be entrepreneurs. Kandi's already taught you how to be, entrepreneurs. We're going to continue. Those of you who don't want to go back and get a job because of COVID, or don't know how to get these SBA loans as business owners. We are specialists at that. There is so much money available for those of you who are serious about doing a formal business, not a solopreneur, but a formal business. So the first goal is to reset what we call your financial infrastructure. So during COVID, you've got to get like 3 things fixed. You get like minimize as much as you can expenses. Do not overpay your debt. Just pay. I have a whole formula. I'm going to give you a link at the end of my talk for you to get my books, get a debt plan. There's in the back of one of my books, I teach you how to get out of debt, but it's millionaire style. It's not the way you think it is. Right now, instead of paying off debt, I want you to go look for new growth opportunities. And I can tell you, California is moving into, I'm assuming a lot of you guys are in the Nevada market, but Vegas, Northern Nevada, Boise, Idaho, Phoenix, Scottsdale area, it's getting bombarded by people who are moving out of California as fast as they can. And the market is insane. Vegas is awesome market right now. So we're going to teach you how to live what I call a wealth cycle. So a wealth cycle is your income to assets. And a lot of you are saying, boy, this is like, whoo, Saturday morning, well, welcome and wake up. It's really important. I just want you to think about your energy and the time you spend focused on your debt and what's not happening versus focusing on what you can create. So what you can create is more income, different income. There are so many opportunities right now in the entrepreneurial space, in this online space, that I'm going to teach you how to make money. In fact, I'm in the middle of one of my marketplace workshops right now where we have people learning and doing and making money. Last night I had a woman, she just said, I'm off to sleep. I'm going to be back at it tomorrow in the marketplace. And she's made over $1,100 in just 2 days. So our shows start on a Thursday, Friday. It's 2 days. And then we let you make money through a weekend. And people are making thousands of dollars right now as we speak in our marketplace. And I want to invite you to come marketplace with us. So this is the cycle we have to change. And once you start changing what I call your financial infrastructure and start making new money, then we teach you how to be a millionaire. So I wrote the Millionaire Maker series, and I have a 3 to 5 year promise. And here's our Millionaire Matrix. So our Millionaire Matrix is a longer conversation and a longer plan, but I wanted to show it to you because I've studied how people become millionaires for so long. And in fact, how I acquired the black hole. People say, what do you do? And I say, I'm a business and financial strategist. But I also am like, I guess since they gave it the term, I don't know if I like the term, but a shark. I've been buying and selling businesses. I bought and sold over hundreds. I don't know how many, and hundreds, I should count it up. Done over 1,000 real estate transactions. I know how to help you make money out of what you know how to do. So as you noticed, becoming a millionaire is about making money, number 1. Number 2, it's keeping it. Number 3, which is the most important work I do, which is teaching you about investing. So the black hole, although it's a very fun membership, it's an investment, right? I also own gas and oil. I was a real estate millionaire. I own, just because of COVID, the thing that's happening in COVID is businesses are falling down because they don't have enough money. And quite honestly, some of the owners don't have enough business savvy to get through this kind of an economy. So I have been probably more active strategizing businesses than I've probably ever been in any year of my doing this work. I have a client who bought a Ford dealership for just right at like $500,000. So I own part of that. There's just a lot that you can get involved in owning. And the thing that would you say, well, what do I do from like here today? Well, I'm going to invite you to our marketplace to teach you how to make money. And then as you make it, I want you out looking around your community, right? I mean, strip malls are closing left and right. Businesses are closing. And you know what they need? They need some brains, they need some time, and most of all, they might need a little bit of money. And so if you do have any money, this is the time that you could be a shark. You could pick up a hair salon, you could pick up whatever you want to buy in your town, coffee shop. And there's auto body shops. I know Subway's having a hell of a time. There are so many things that are on sale right now. And if you're not looking, those opportunities go by. So my goal is to become that person on your team who not only teaches you to make it, but to start being aware of what's around, what could you get involved in? And those of you that are in business, how do you do it more professionally and keep more of what you make, and then get it to work investments. So the thing about debt, and I just want to talk one sentence about debt, and I'm going to move to monetize your message, because that's what Kandi really wanted me to talk about, because I know how all of you have a message, you just haven't monetized it with a lot of money. And I'm not talking a small amount of money, a lot of money. But before I go there, I do want to talk about debt. Debt is it's just a cost of money. So if you can get debt for 2, 3, 4%, don't pay that kind of debt off. You can carry that for years and years and years. What you want to do is go invest for interest, right? So I want you to make 10%, 12%, 15, 20. There's projects that I know of that are making 30 and 40%. So why would you use your money to pay off 3% money when you can go make 20, 30, 40%? So when you can really understand money, you're going to start using it more purposefully, and just it's so easy. I can't wait to teach you. So, and the other thing too, I want you to do is bring your kids. We're huge fans of bringing your kids and teaching them. In fact, I'm launching a book right now called How to Make Your Kids Millionaires. Mine on paper, we're both millionaires by the time they were 10 years old. So you can all do this. You just haven't been taught. And that's why I appreciate Kandi bringing me to your event and to this community to really help share how you can do it as well. So let's get to something very tactical you all can do right now, which is monetize your message. So monetizing your message is, first of all, what are you an expert in? And because we're so occupationally trained to get a job, and so many people are used to having a job be the paycheck that they get, this is about you being an entrepreneur. What are you an expert in? I'm an expert in money. I can teach you all facets of money, from how to make it, keep it, invest it, how to use a team, how do you reduce your taxes, how do you manage your debt, how do you get better, returns on your money. We're in the most volatile economy that we've ever had to live through. And there is a way for you and your family to have a solid financial base. And that is my goal for you, is to have what I call a financial infrastructure. So to do that, you got to make some money. So even if you have a job, I want you to think about what could you do to monetize your message, and what could you do to make money right now. So here's one of the things I teach that I think women they do it wrong all the time. So on the next slide, one of the things I want you to teach is, and I'll be doing a little bit of this more in the breakout, is see that line right in the middle of this slide, and that money exchanging hands. Most women usually start telling people how they're going to help them do something before you've actually charged for the money. So a lot of times you'll start coaching somebody, or you'll start giving them a product, or you'll do something, something that you should be charging for, but you haven't ever taken it seriously, or more importantly, you haven't known how to put a price to your offers. So what I'm going to teach you and continue to work with you on is, what do you offer people? And why do you help them? How do you help them? And so your what and your why is in a sales process of monetizing your message. So for example, when I'm teaching this current marketplace, I'm going to teach you how to do this sales process and this cash flow process. Here's my talk track. I say, my name's Loral. I'm a money expert. How can I help you? What can I help you with money? And then I just be quiet and I listen to you. And I want to know. And so I said, give me some money messages out there, because you ask me any question. I mean, that's what one of my websites is called, askloral.com, because ask me any question. I've been doing this for so long. There's no question that if I don't know it, I can't figure out with you to help you. But I want to know what I can do. And I want to know why you want to make more money. So if your why is just because you want to get out of debt and just you want to go buy some more, lifestyle stuff, I'm not your girl. I want to help you become wealthy. And that's a big difference from just having some extra cash, right? So I want to know what I can do and why you want it. Then there is an exchange of money, and then I'm going to tell you how. And I have this saying, it's called "Don't move without money." And I want you women and men, whoever's out there listening, I want you to think about how much you have given away for free. Now, I'm not saying don't be charitable. That's a whole different conversation. But when your business hat is on, you're doing business to be profitable, to make money and have a margin. So charity is charity and business is business. And again, a lot of you collapse those and you give away the very value of your business. So I'm going to teach you in the monetization of your money. What do you do for free? What's your charity, right? And then what do you do to make like a really high margin business? And so here is a quick video of some amazing folks who have been to my marketplace. And again, I'm going to invite you to come and spend some time in my marketplace, and I'm going to teach you how to make money very fast.
Get access to a business marketplace right there and then. You're able to actually practice your skills, be in business practically, make money while you have exceptional coaches supporting you through that process. During the virtual marketplace, I made $1,810.
This will expand your horizons beyond anything you have imagined. I earned over $3,500, met some amazing people.
I earned close to $2,900 over the course of the 3 days, and Laurel's teachings, it's almost like being fed from the fire hose.
Is that she focuses on helping you make money while you're there. It's one of the best events that I've ever been to.
In 3 days, I added a number of new clients. I also was able to enhance my product offering and made over $1,200.
Stop what you're doing, book it.
Awesome. So my goal is to help you. Is to help you learn to make money. I put out some questions in the chat. We'll be back for a little while in the breakout. And bring your questions. Who are you? What are you an expert in? How can you make some money? I'm going to gift you all a free book called Put More Cash in Your Pocket. It's one of my New York Times leading books right here. And it's how to put money in your pocket. How do you do it with you? How do you do it with your family? So again, like AG says, networking. So how do you get paid to network? And there are ways. There's called joint ventures. There's contracts. There's ways where a lot of you are, that's a great, I'm glad you put that in there, Jay, is a lot of you are connectors, right? But you're not getting paid to connect because you don't know how to contract that cash. So I love doing that. And it means Candy's met me. I know how to get it done, and look forward to helping you guys get it done. The reason I want you motivated to make money isn't just about the money itself. We are in the most, I call it the most indiscriminate crash, meaning everything's on sale. I mean, digital currency has had an enormous fun run. Gold, the stock market, if you were out in March, you missed an enormous run, still volatile today. Real estate is the best it's ever been in certain markets. What else? I'm in marijuana. I have 4 Nevada marijuana licenses. Marijuana is extraordinary as an asset class. CBD, there's so many assets that you can buy, but if you don't have money, you can't go invest. So my goal is to get you making money, number one, manage your debt just so it's handled off to the side, but let's go shopping. Ladies, let's go shopping for assets and things that will actually change your wealth for the rest of your life. Businesses need help right now. And if you don't know how to put those together, that is what I'm an expert in. And I'm going to help you buy a bunch of, wherever you are, whether you're in Vegas, whether you are, whatever town you are. I've been in 6 continents teaching this work. So I don't care what country you are listening from, wherever, even if you're listening to the recording later, let's figure out how to help you make some money. So here's what I want to offer all of you folks. We call it our Millionaire Maker Meetup and Marketplace. So you're going to get tickets to the Millionaire Meetup and Marketplace. The next one is November 5th and 6th. We're just completing this one now. If you can't make that, we're doing another one in November. We do them twice a month now. We've had so much activity and so much need to help people make money, and make a job isn't the only way you ever have to make money. And somebody put in there, what did they say? I'm tired of punching someone else's clock. Exactly. So make this your clock your way. And if you don't know what to sell, we'll start with that. We have some calls. So just go down the list here. So you're going to get 1 ticket for the Millionaire Marketplace. You're going to get what I call, it's just critical preparations, fast cash calls. So 3 live calls a week. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have live experts helping you figure out what you're going to sell. If you already have something to sell, how to price it, and how to get ready to be in the marketplace. These are critical. They start right away. They'll start on Monday at 4 o'clock is how serious we are. Brianna's out here, and any of you that want help, we will get you into those fast cash calls and get you making money. we have what's called our first financial first aid kit. This is really my first 4 hours, like in March when COVID hit, and a bunch of us experts said, well, what would you do? And this is like a very thorough 4 hours of what to do. And I really need you all to listen thoroughly. It's how to really reduce your expenses, but not kill your credit. It's what do you do with payments? What do you do with your mortgage? What do you do with your rent? How do you get more money? How do you have access to more money? So the first aid kit is absolutely critical for you to really just stop for a moment over the weekend, beginning of next week, and dig through that. And it really will set you up for success and honestly, a lot of safety for your financial situations. And then Steve, if you want to keep clicking through there. Oh yeah, I forgot we decided to do this. So the whole package is about $2,000. And what we're going to do for $97 is actually give you 2 tickets. Actually, we're going to give you a bonus because of Kandi. So for $97, you and a friend, and honestly, if you want to bring 2 friends, bring 2 friends. Our goal is to help a lot of people through this time and help them learn to make money. I'm just going to speak to it is if we give it away for free, sometimes people don't come, they don't show up, they don't value it. So again, this is less than $50 each. And you already heard from some of the women and the kind of money they can make. All of you should be making thousands of dollars a week, not a day. Now, I mean, I should say in a day, you could even do more in a day. But I have women on track that I met that were doing 10, 15,000 a month that are on track to do 100, 150,000 a month. So many of you have so much that you can do to serve other people's lives. And that's how I will approach your sales and your process is what could you do to serve other people's lives? And with that, we're going to put a business around it and teach you how to make money. So this is the link. Go to askloral.com, finish strong. Again, I'll have our team, once you get signed up, get the book out to you, partner with somebody. This offer will be available for a while. Kandi knows how to get us reached. In fact, I'll put my phone number in here as well. And we want to help you make money. So Kandi, what do you think of that? I think it's kind of fun. Can't wait to teach you guys how to make money. I will put
I
my
love it.
phone in here. So you are welcome to text me and ask any questions. Brianna will also be out here as well. But we really, I just think, you know, Sandy, so many people aren't taught how to make money. I mean, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time, but you know,
right?
This is a rough skill for a lot of people.
That's right. We know how to start businesses, but we don't know how to make money with them.
That's where I come in. I can't wait.
Okay. So are you going to be back or Steve's going to be back to fill in for you at the?
I'm going to be back to start it. And then I've got a lot of kids activity today. My son's actually playing football as we speak down at Georgia Southern right now. So
okay.
For him, I'm just going to say it out loud on the recording. My goal for him is to arrive back at UNLV and then head to the Raiders because he's NFL quality.
That's what I'm talking about. Speak it into existence.
Yep, I do. He and I, we do a lot, and got to have him back in Nevada.
All right.
Awesome. So yeah,
okay.
I will be back 10:30. I will start taking some questions. If somebody, so the way I would in getting ready for the breakout with me is, you know, what are you an expert in? And we will start guiding you on how you can make some money.
Okay. So you're not going to take questions now. You're going to take them in the breakout, right?
Absolutely.
Well, do you guys have any questions now for Loral?
I put my phone in there. Oh, good.
You guys have any questions now? Now would be the time. I have one.
Teresa's in. Congratulations. She just said, I'm in for the 2 tickets. Awesome. Good, good. And please, I put my number in there. It's a small group. Even if people see it in the future, we're here to help. So I love it.
And I have a question, Loral.
Yeah.
So for the Millionaire, the marketplace, it's an online marketplace, correct?
It's almost exactly like this. It's like you and I'll be together. You'll be working on a business. We do have a lot of slides. We do education. And then we break you into groups with coaches and strategists. So we have you in small groups. So you're in breakout rooms, very similar. And they're working on your business, very interactive. And here is, I actually don't have my phone handy, but here's what it's going to look like. You and I are going to go like this. We're going to go mute, mute, and we're going to get on the phone so we can still see you. And we're going to teach you how to make money on the phone. So I'll be calling you and say, Kandi, my name's Loral. I'm a money expert. How can I help you today? And then I'll listen to you. And then I'm going to make an offer. Like I might say, if I didn't already tell you, I give it for free. You know, I have this book that can help you start making money right now. It's $10. Like, how do you want to do it? Venmo, PayPal, really quick. And then I put it in the mail and off it goes. So it's really fast. It's fast. It's like what I call in-cap stuff. So we'll teach you how to make lots of money, but if you don't do this, you don't build a database. So
that's right.
So like, I don't care. You can sell little tinctures. You can sell little coffee. I have a guy that's doing coffee cups. Actually, this one's one he sent me. It says knowing is not doing. He has another one that says the coronavirus sucks. He sells masks. I mean, just whatever. I mean, the thing to think about right now, it's not about having a big sophisticated business. Right now, it's just sell some stuff. Right? When I didn't have stuff to sell way back like 1996 to 2000, I was Robert Kiyosaki's The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I sold the game. Like I was their game affiliate, game master distributor. So I would sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of his game and his book. So if you don't have stuff to sell somebody else's stuff. Like, and I love games and I love teaching. So like I have that game up on my shelf, that Millionaire Maker game. So I have a lot of people who sell that, right? It sells for 150, you keep 75, I get 75, simple. So it's not about having the perfect, I love business. It is about making some money, transition. Think of this as a transition of making money until you find the thing that you love to do and that you really want to sink your teeth in and make it a big business. But I honestly think for all of you, seriously, if you're not going to go for a planned over 100 grand, it's just, it's a different kind of work. I mean, I love being an entrepreneur, you know, we have fun with that, Kandi, but some people are scared to death of it. So I teach a lot of people who have been employed how to get out, how to break free and never go back. I want you unemployable when I'm done with you.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. All righty. Well, guys, do you have any questions before Loral leaves? In about two more minutes, we're going to start. Do you guys have any questions? Let me know.
Yep. And somebody said, is that the price? Yeah, it's only $97 for two of you. So, you know, and we sell this ticket, by the way, we've sold this ticket all the way up to like when Kandi and I first met, we were selling this at other, you know, outside events for $750. So it's a high value. I teach it. It's not a multi-speaker event. You're not going to get pitched a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to get pure content for literally 2 days. I mean, it's me and my expert team helping you make money. It's got one agenda. You make cash.
That's right. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to know how that. Well, I'm already strong, but hey, you can always learn more. You can learn every day. If you're not learning, then you're sleeping.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Right.
We'll see Loral back later.
Yeah. I'll be right here. I'm not even going to leave. I'm just going to mute and hang out and go watch my son play a little ball in the background. I'll be right here.
Okay, guys. So get ready for our next panel, which is called The Hustle is Sold Separately. Demi Lobo is our host of this panel, and we have Gio Johnson. I told you guys about him. I told you guys about Miss I Am, and we also have one of my other entrepreneurs. His name is Justin Morgan from Chicago, and they will tell you everything that they're doing, guys. And Demi, you guys are ready. Take it away.
Okay, I'm getting, oh, there we are. Hello, everyone. My light is a little bright. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I need to see, so Casey, how can we get our other people at the forefront? Because right now I see everyone.
I'm starting to put them in the spotlight now.
Okay, great. So I see Gio is on. And then Miss I Am, her name is Granny on here, but we can, let's see. Hi, Gio. I'm just trying to see everyone. And then I'm just missing Justin, which he might be logging on. Do we see Justin on? We don't see Justin, right? Courtney, is it possible to turn your camera this way? The long one? Yikes. I don't know why it's not doing it right. It's fine. You know what? We're going to roll with it. Gio, can you say something? So we can make sure we
Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Okay. While Courtney gets her.
So can we see you guys as a panel?
There we go. There we are.
Can we see you guys all together?
Nadia?
Everybody should be spotlighted.
No, I wanted to
Okay,
see.
I do see the three of us at the top. So
Okay,
if you see Justin Morgan log on, let's just move him to the top as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, I'm just searching to make sure I don't see him, and I don't think he's on yet. Okay, well, first things first, how is everyone doing today?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the beautiful weather in LA.
I love it. Actually, all of us are like, so Courtney, you just need to unmute your mic because you're muted right now. She's new to Zoom. There she is.
Okay, Granny figured it out.
Yeah, she's new to Zoom. Courtney is new to Zoom. But yes, so thank you everyone for joining us. This is so cool. I'm so excited. Of course, everyone knows my mom is Casey, and you know, she's always innovative, always on trend, always relevant, okay, and just always making it work. So let's just, you know, give her some shout out first. And I know she has partners, but always have to shout out the bae.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So first things first, these are a couple of my friends who are hustlers, and I was really excited to do this, called The Hustle is Sold Separately. So one, I want to introduce Courtney, who her name is Granny on here. She has a whole online persona, and she is just super popping on Instagram and on YouTube and just and in real life. She has a clothing line that I actually buy from myself called Urban Rarity. But what I really, really like about Courtney is that she started from the bottom, hand designing all of her garments, hand bleaching them, hand making them, hand printing them. And then a year or so ago, she has a brick and mortar shop in downtown Los Angeles. And I mean, she's just, you guys, exceptional, like personal designs, everything. She's outstanding. If you guys saw my birthday a few years ago, it had the big pink balloon, like she hand created that, like the girl is talented. So I just want to introduce, I call her Courtney, but she goes by Miss I Am. So everyone, Miss I Am here on the side. Yes, and she currently lives in Los Angeles. And then we have Gio here, which a lot of you have seen him with me, but I mean, he is just, okay, broken free, okay? And he is, he's doing his own thing, okay? He is super popping also as well on TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff as well. And I'm really very much so proud of the all of the strides that Gio has made, from acting to writing his own productions and directing and creative directing. I literally still call him yesterday for creative ideas. So the guy is talented. So these are a couple of my friends. I don't know where Justin is, but you know what, we're going to get going without him. So first things first, for Gio and Courtney, I kind of want you guys just a little bit to talk about, of course, it's called The Hustle is Sold Separately. So just tell us a little bit about your hustle and what makes it separate from everyone else's. Courtney, you can start.
Okay, so, well, my hustle is clothing. And as everybody knows, in LA, this market is super, super saturated. So what I decided to do was kind of incorporate things that I did when I was young. I grew up in thrift stores, so my dad was always challenging me, like, oh, go find an outfit, go create something. And so I used like my creativity that I had and a depression that I had after my mental abusive relationship for so long. And I kind of put all that together, and it got me out of a depression, but it actually became a hobby that actually turned into like a business. So it's something that I've just kind of like stuck with my whole life. And hustle wise, it's like every day you're in charge of making your own money. So I had a 9-to-5, I worked at night, and I still did my stuff during the day. So it's like all that money that I was making, I was saving to put into a business to where I was able to open my own store and to keep it going for like 2 years now. So hustling is like a really, really big thing in my life. And it's not just necessarily job wise, it's like, you know, like you have to have a hustler's mentality. If your mind is weak, your body is weak, and nothing will align for you. So it's literally every day is your own carpe diem. It's like seize the day and every single moment, and just being smart about your money, being smart about, you know, saying, man, I can't go out with my girls tonight. I got to be responsible and do this. So it's like so many sacrifices you have to make, but it's worth it in the end. And people that love and respect you will ride with you regardless. So it's like my hustle is really, really important to me, and I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that. So sidebar, right? So I'm on this diet right now, and I was really upset last night. I'm so glad that you said that, Courtney, because the sacrifice that you have to make is so serious. Like my friends invited me out to a bar last night, and I was like, you know what, guys, I really want to go, but like I'm trying to get snatched for my birthday. So that was my sacrifice, girl. It doesn't have to do with hustling, but I feel you.
No,
so
but It's a mentality. So it's
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
on your way.
Yeah.
You get where I was going there. All right, Gio, tell us about what makes your hustle separate from everyone else's, because you've been hustling. I don't know if people even know how long you've been hustling in this industry.
They don't know. They didn't see me in these streets. They didn't see, the bag carrying, the meetings, the phone calls.
They don't know. We need
But
a documentary, okay? Because it's good stuff.
it's great stuff. But I think the thing that separates my hustle is that instead of hanging around people who were trying to do what I was doing, I attached myself to people who were already where I was trying to get to. So in not using them, but I would intern, I would work, I would come on set, I would be a PA, I would do all these things and sit under and be mentored and discipled by people who were far along in the game and just take the notes. Okay, this is the base of what they're trying to do. Let me put that with where my individuality, and then boom, now I can brand myself. I know the base of what I need to get there. Now let me just tweak it so it fits Gio Johnson. I think a lot of people are afraid to do that. I think they're afraid to reach out to people that are in the industry they're in or are already ahead of where they are. My thing is the worst they can say is no. And I even changed it. I said, okay, they're saying no until they're ready to say yes.
Oh, that's a word. That's a word. They're just saying no until they're going to say yes. I love it.
Right.
So
eventually they'll catch up to you. So.
I love it. I absolutely love that, Gio. That's a bar. Okay. Courtney or myself are going to put that on a shirt. We're going to steal that. All right, Courtney, I really like.
Just give me my 10%.
Okay. So it's a lot of women on here. And Courtney, you touched on something actually that was just really like, I saw a lot of people like shaking their heads when you talked about like mental abuse and, having like those hard times. Like, I really want to touch on that because like a lot of people were like, feeling you when you mentioned that. Without going too deep, of course, what kind of was the switch for you to say, you know what, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing and take my career seriously. Like this mentally abusive, this relationship, whatever is not good for me, and I'm going to take everything and everything in me to make sure that I'm successful in my business. What was that switch for you? Was it an instance? Was it a day, a week? Like what kind of got you to that? To say urban rarity is where I'm going with this and leave the old stuff behind.
Well, it's funny because when I was in a mentally abusive relationship, we were together 10 years, married 5 months. He was in a wheelchair. He literally put his hands on me, and that's when I left. So for about a year or two, I was in a really bad mental depression, thinking that I wasn't worth anything. I had $0 to my name. I had nothing except the car and a couple things of clothes and my dog that I took with me. I left everything.
Is that your dog right there?
Oh no, this is Ginger. She's a new. I always rescue dogs. Because I'm a sap. But so 2 years later, after moping around and trying to figure things out, I started going out by myself. So I'd go to the clubs with myself and just socializing and meeting new people. I had no friends and nothing. So I started like designing things and doing things, and then I had started an Instagram. For me and my dog, we would go out hiking and stuff like that. So it's completely like simple back then, like 6 years ago. And so basically I started going out and I started wearing stuff, and girls were like, oh, I like that. How much? Like, where'd you get it? And I was like, oh, I made it. And they're like, oh, how much? So it was sort of like $20, like something super simple. So it kind of created like a job for me. But through designing and working out like my own depression, like it relieved the depression that I had. It made me like realize and focus on other things in my life. And you don't realize how many people are in a mentally abusive relationship and or trick themselves to think like, oh no, everything is fine. He loves me. That's great. Men mentally are in mentally depressive relationships, and so are women. And it's a lot of people don't want to admit that. Men don't necessarily want to admit that their woman like mentally depresses them or like controls them or does things that, because they're a man. But like both sides are in it. And it's really crazy because when I started explaining my story a few years ago, some people are like, wow, I didn't even know you went through that. Like, you don't seem like it. But it just took a long time for me to redevelop into the woman that I am and love the person that I am. Because when you're with somebody that tells you that you are nothing and you're not going to be anything, you start to believe that. I literally left him not knowing that what I wanted to eat. Like, oh, Courtney, like, think of what you want to eat. I couldn't even think of that because I was always so focused on another person. Wow. So finally, like, believing in myself and wanting to create things and starting a different path for myself has pushed me. And I use it like I want to write a book one day, but I use it like pain was my power. So it's like, instead of using it in like a sappy way, like sitting in bed crying all day, because nobody cares, honestly. Everybody wants to compare like, oh, your life sucks, but mine is worse. Listen to my story. I don't want to listen to that. I'm sorry. So I chose to have a new direction in my life and be positive and live every day like it was my last. And so I use like that pain as my power to fuel me instead of keep me in bed.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So one thing that you touched on that was really important is social media, because you said that you kind of like would just sell t-shirts on the whim, like $20. So I actually want to touch on social media. Gio, if you can tell us a little bit about what's been your experience, like social media. I looked up the other day, I was like, I want to delete some photos. Like I literally have like 6,000 photos on Instagram because like I literally when I first got on Twitter and I was overusing posting this different, like a photo of this, this, and here will be 3 separate posts. Like now we have a swipe. So like, I just have so many unused photos for no reason. But I feel like social media was a pivotal part for me in growing my career, my brand, my name, and things like that. So Gio, kind of tell us what's been your experience. Like both of you actually do TikToks and Reels and Vines and all that good stuff. So kind of Gio, tell us the importance of social media, because some people don't really think that social media is as important as it really is to business.
Social media is extremely important in the day and time we live in, because that's how everyone gets to know you. And even if it's your business, here's the thing: social media has become the new review. That's how they understand that they trust you as a person, so they can trust your brand, so they want to buy your products. People will go to social media now before they go to Yelp. I know how to get a response out of customer service if y'all not giving me good customer service. If I go and post that tweet and say, Uber, what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Uber's in my DMs within the next 10 seconds, because social media can make or break your career.
Absolutely.
And it can also help you flourish. But there's a whole system to it. Like you said, you oversaturated your page. Every couple months, I go through my page and, okay, if this is no longer relevant, archive it. I don't need to delete it, but I can archive it. I still have the memory.
So tell us, so archiving, I know, but for some people who don't know, archiving, it's like temporarily deleting, right?
Yeah, so you just put it in the background, so to speak. So you just put the picture away, but you can always go look at your own archives. So now my page is now still, it's not oversaturated, and it represents who I am and where I am right now. So if someone says, who is Gio Johnson? My Instagram page is my elevator pitch. Here you go. These 150 posts, if you want to know who I am, where I'm doing, and where I'm going, boom, you can do it in one quick scroll.
I love it.
And as far as TikTok, I'm an actor. So my TikTok isn't filled with things that don't have to do with acting. All of the stuff that represents me as an actor is on there. I do duets, I do skits, I collaborate with other people, so it's very much on brand. So if you want to do stuff for your business, but then have a personal page, make 2 pages. I know it's draining for some people, but get a social media manager. But you can't be over here selling your fresh baked patties pies or whatever, and then you posting videos of everything else, because the confusion comes in. Okay, am I watching you selling, or am I watching your personal life? People need to know. So
that's good. And so Gio, I like how you talk about archiving, because it's kind of like maybe you're like dating someone and you like, y'all break up, you can archive the photo, but then you just go back with them, you can just repop the photo back later. So that's a good example to describe what archiving is. Okay, it's like, I don't like him for now, but we back together. So we'll put him back up.
If I can interject too.
I was going to I want you to tell us about you, because you have 2 pages as well, and managing business and personal. Yes. I want you to touch on that as well.
But he touched on something too, so I wanted to kind of like reiterate that. But when I was kind of coming up on Instagram too, like there's so many things, like if you're multifaceted, there's so many things like that you're good at many things. Like there's a lot of things that you want to post. So like how he said, like, oh, I like to bake, I like to design, I like to be outside, I like to work out, you like to do all these different things. But like he said, it's too much for one page. So people don't know like why to follow you. Like, oh, do I like this about her? Do I like this? So it's like making a few different pages. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you grow your market that way. So you could have 100 followers that like to watch you work out, but your response, like your engagement, all that will go crazy because people want to see that from you on that page. And then like on mine, like how he acts, like I do like little Instagram skits and I'm just crazy, but all of it kind of goes in together. So mine is just really like comical. You could take me serious, but it's like I'm being funny because I'm kind of like X-rated, but it's like all those kind of go together on my page, but if I want to just one day, I want to work out, I may get a little like,
engagement.
A little engagement from it, excuse me, yes. But, I have to kind of like throw my backside into it a little bit, something that kind of still reiterates what my page is, but I can't just all of a sudden one day bake in like a full granny outfit, people are like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I'm trying to transition into like a girly tomboy look too, to kind of show both. So I'm like slowly getting positive reaction. But if I was to start like a whole lifestyle page, it would go crazy, you know.
And so what do you have? How do you balance having 2 pages? Like I literally have like 7. So I have like several pages. So like, how do you manage your urban rarity page? Do you have like a system that you post every day? Because a lot of people just don't really like, honestly, sometimes it's a hassle for me. Like I could post on my page all the time. Oop, Demi, Lobo said this. I post. But when it comes to like having to maintain my business page, it seems like a hassle sometimes. So Courtney, how do you kind of manage keeping your business page relevant as well as your personal page at the same time?
Well, sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes Instagram allows you to double post.
Yes.
So like it'll ask you, oh, like post on Facebook, post on Twitter, post on like Urban Rarity. So sometimes you get to like a little swipe and it'll always like repost the same commentary. You want to be in the camera? It'll repost the same commentary and everything on your business page or on whatever other page you like specify. And or you just literally take it, copy and paste. It's that 3, 6, 9. I sometimes post at 1 a.m. like that timeline, like, okay, boom, post, do. And then there's even apps now that allow you to pre-plan your posts.
Do you know the names of the app?
Oh, I'll have to get it for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. But it's one called Planolly.
Planolly, yes. Planolly.
Yes.
Planolly, yes. And so they let you plan ahead, right? So you can like, say you want an Instagram post to post on tomorrow at 2:00, you can do it in advance.
Yes, do it in advance, and you can also pre-plan your post to see what it looks like. So a lot of girls that, you know, like, oh, wow, how does she do like the hue transitions? Correct, that one. How does she do those hue transitions? Like it's all planned out beforehand. So
it looks
that's
like
another
this
thing.
for anyone.
Yeah, that's another thing for people that aren't like super involved on social media. A lot of these people have people behind the scenes and marketing and apps and all these different things behind them. So I don't want people to feel like, oh, wow, I'm not good enough because I don't have all this. No, people have systems and networks and teams behind them. So it's like, basically you're starting it, you're doing it on your own. So don't give up, but just figure out these different apps you can download and they're free to get yourself up to, you know, what everybody else is doing as a standard.
Yes. And also just to let you know, like when you post on Instagram, this is what she's talking about, like where it'll let you post on 2 accounts at once. So like, this is my personal girl world page. That's my Finsta when I'm trying to, you know, stalk people. And then that's my personal page. So yeah, I have one of those. So we don't want to post on the Finsta. We want to post on the business page and the real page. So, you know,
but it has to be a business. It has to be a business page setup. So a lot of people don't have that as well. So that just means it just needs to connect to your Facebook. But
having the Finsta is also important. But Gia, what did you want to say?
I was going to say, also knowing how to transfer to a business page is important, because you can have just the regular Instagram and then you can make it into a business page. And then Instagram will help you keep the analytics, who's coming to my page. You can see all those things and it helps you market, because they'll ask you, what type of business are you? Are you clothing? Are you technology? Whatever the case may be. So Instagram is kind of helping us, you know, but also you have to help yourself and know hashtags are important. Hashtags are extremely important. I don't think
talk
people
about
realize
hashtags, Gio, because I don't think I use hashtags as much as I used to. I used to be like the hashtag queen, but now I just want my captions to be like short and concise. But kind of tell us like the importance of hashtags with your experience.
So hashtags, especially when you're building, are what you're going to use to attract whatever crowd you are, because Instagram is sending it out to the people who will like your content. So if you are like Courtney does clothing, it doesn't make sense for Courtney to put hashtag foodie on a post about clothing, because she's attracting people who are looking for food. But if she puts hashtag fashion, hashtag black entrepreneur, hashtag photo shoot, whatever, she's going to attract people who like fashion and design and things like that. So when it's building, it's putting her into the algorithm. Okay, the people over here that are constantly liking all these photo shoots and pictures, let's put them onto Courtney's explore page. So now they see her content, as opposed to me. I put actor, comedy, skit. People who love watching comedy videos, reels, are now reacting to my stuff. I took 2 weeks off of Instagram, and the hashtags that I used for a video, I came back. It went from 1,000 views to 8,000 views.
Wow.
And
it was from the hashtag. You think it was because of the hashtag that you used?
Yeah, and it being on the explore page, because half the people that saw it weren't following me, so they could only find me because of the hashtags. but the other 2 videos I put behind it, same hashtags. So the consistency of it is what puts you in the algorithm, so they always see you. Even though they try and change that algorithm up on you real quick.
I hear a lot of talk about the Instagram algorithm. We'll get into that, but I kind of...
Yeah, it's so stressful, but it's a topic.
Okay, so I really want to talk about Twitter. Courtney, are you on Twitter at all?
No, I think I was before, but that was when I was super depressive, and I don't even like my page, so I
just
didn't
kind of said whatever. So Gio and I are on Twitter, and Casey, I know she's on Twitter. I love Twitter. I personally think Twitter is everything. Like, honestly, I love Twitter more than I love Instagram right now, because it's just like when the debates are going on, you know, when, you know, popular shows, everything, like, but I also make a lot of noise for my business on Twitter as well. So like, a lot of you don't know, I've had several businesses, maybe 8 throughout my lifetime. I started my first business when I was in college, and just okay, I've had so many different businesses. My one business right now, I can't believe I don't have anything close by, is Girl World. I don't have anything by. That's so crazy. It's Girl World. And so we started out with sunglasses, and then we transferred to accessories, and now we have like t-shirts and other cool things like that. But it launched it over the pandemic, actually. But Twitter is a great way for ads, for posting photos, and people can retweet and like say I like this and stuff like that. So I really want to talk, Gio, what has been your experience with Twitter? Because again, there are some people that I'm sure in this room right now that don't think Twitter is beneficial. Like, I personally find Twitter super beneficial for, Courtney, while you're muted, can you go get can you get a t-shirt to come back? Because I want to show people one of your shirts as well. Yeah, so Gio, tell us what your experience with Twitter and how important is Twitter to you in business. Have you made any connections on Twitter? Because this might help someone, you know, start a Twitter account and, you know, start making some connections.
So Twitter is extremely important. Twitter almost is like its own little community, actually. And the support that you get on Twitter is it's crazy, because Twitter kind of fell off for a little bit. And then I don't know, out of nowhere, it just picked back up, and there was this surge of it was the place to like just go speak freely, get all your info, but also promote your business like no other. And Black Twitter rides like crazy.
I've seen so many people where talk about Black Twitter. Like Black Twitter does not play.
They do not play. It's our own little community.
Yes.
Where we discuss Black topics, support Black businesses, tear down Trump with every chance they get. But
whatever needs to happen, okay?
Whatever needs to happen.
I said what I said.
But it's literally like a virtual Black Renaissance, if you really want to think about it, because anything that you're supporting, if you put it into that Black Twitter universe, I've seen so many of my friends start a business like, hey, it's free to retweet. Can you just help me out? I'm starting my business. And next morning, 10,000 retweets. By the end of the week, 30,000 retweets. And you're reaching all these people, and they come and they buy and they're supporting. It's not just in the US. Twitter is so much more global than what we expect.
Absolutely.
I have followers from Nigeria. I have followers from the UK, Ireland, that come on and like my videos all the time. People I probably will never meet. But the other beautiful thing about Twitter is that you can always just recycle your, like, something goes down, unlike Instagram where you got to repost and redo the whole thing. I can just go back to that post. Okay, I got a fresh batch of new followers. I just hit quote tweet, boom, it's right at the back of my at the top of my timeline again.
You can pin tweets now, because like my pin tweet is about Ava DuVernay. She's one of my clients, and so she has me DJ her events and stuff like that.
Come on, humble plug.
Because period. Okay, listen, whatever. So anyway, my tweet about Ava DuVernay, as I was saying, is at the top of my Twitter. But that is what the pin tweet is about. The pin tweet at the top of your Twitter is about that one tweet that, like, you know, where you're kind of like, this is, you know, me letting the world know that Ava DuVernay books me for her events. Like, and I want when they come to my Twitter, I want people to know that's it's, you know, I want them to know.
You used to get on MySpace and you had your headline. What's your introduction? Your introduction is your pinned tweet.
And I saw,
So,
I can't see all of the comments. I see them like coming and going. I'm not sure if I can like see the chat. Oh, wait, can I see the chat? Oh, wait, yes, here we go. Shameless plug. Yes, that was a shameless plug. But someone else, Shequita, says that Twitter is her favorite platform and she gets all of her clients from Twitter. And she gets lots of clients from Twitter. So like literally, you guys, if you're not on Twitter right now, I highly recommend you start a Twitter, even if it's just like a business Twitter page. Like mine kind of like combined, like I talk about job, but then I also talk about, you know, my business, and then I also talk about guys, and I also talk about, you know, everything else. But at the end of the day, I'm still able to post a link to my website and people can, you know, it all kind of like wraps back in together. Do we have any
that's how
questions?
I got a lot of, oh, my bad. I was gonna say, that's how I got a lot of guests for my show.
Okay, tell us about your show actually, Gio.
So during the pandemic, during quarantine, I started a show called The Kickback with Gio, which was an online talk show that I did on Instagram. It started by accident, y'all. But the benefit of the show was nobody else had anywhere to go. There was nothing new on TV. And what I did was I used things that people were already interested in to pull them into my platform. So we had musical artists come on and do a segment. We did Talk Back Tuesdays where we had people from, you know, reality TV, Disney, Nickelodeon, business people all come in. And then I did a day where we involved the audience, which was Finish the Lyrics. So what I did was I played up on the things that people needed. They needed entertainment, they needed to feel included, and they needed an escape from what they were experiencing. So I thought about that and I was like, okay, these artists have nothing to do at home either. Let me hit them up, either email them, DM them, whatever I got to do and get them on this show. And at this time, of course, they're not going anywhere. They're like, sure, I'll do this interview. Sure, we'll do a Q&A. Let's play some games. So I took advantage of a time when everyone else was like, oh my God, what do? I can't figure out my life. And I was like, okay, well, I have this idea. Let's just roll with it. Because you're not going to lose anything. You can only gain from it.
Listen, they say no until they say yes. So really quickly in the chat, that is a word. Really quickly in the chat, shout out to Nadia letting us know Hootsuite is another one. I couldn't think of another app that lets you post to multiple platforms at once. So you guys go back to the chat. I'm just reading the chat right now. Hootsuite, Hootsuite. I don't know why I have to spell my eyes closed. Hootsuite, they let you post like on Twitter, Facebook, and all of that stuff as well. And also Nadia, thank you. Urban Rarity is Courtney's line, and we're going to show that off before we end. And so my question is, I want to talk about the pandemic, because the pandemic wasn't it is, we're technically still in a pandemic, even though Atlanta acts like they're not in a pandemic. Okay, but anywho, the pandemic is a crazy time, especially like for business. Like I launched a whole new business in the pandemic. Courtney, you had to figure out how to have a brick and mortar that you started in the pandemic, like if people can't even go outside. Gio, you started a show during the pandemic. How did the pandemic negatively or positively affect business for you? Because for me, I had so many gigs. I had Coachella booked. This was the first year I had booked Coachella like all 3 days, like inside the festival. Like I was so excited and had to be canceled. Like literally everything had to be canceled. So many DJ gigs and things like that. And artists had to cancel tours and things. So how did the pandemic negatively or positively, it's twofold, negatively or positively affect business? And how did you bounce back from it? Because we're all businesses booming.
Me first?
Yeah, go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, so well, negatively, I think that it affected everybody, but me personally, it affected it into a way where I wasn't, of course, nobody was ready for it, but I was not ready for it. Like how I have my business is I don't have too much wrapped up into product. So I kind of do, like, 'cause I do a lot of customs, even when I do wholesale, like I do customs. So I just go out and purchase and I redesign and I send off. So at that point, everything kind of shut down. I just had what I had and I had to make what I had work. But positively, it affected me in a way where like that hustling mentality came in and I had to make it happen. So I had to figure out what I could do, how I can make things still move to where I can still afford having a shop, still having an assistant, still having my own business and my own bills. But positively, it got me into creating more wholesale pieces. So now like my business is taking off doing that because a lot of other people around, like other businesses, can't outsource to China, can't outsource to Pakistan or India or all these different places. So now they have to come to inside the States. So now wholesalers that are like in state in the United States or whatever, they're booming. So people are looking for new product. Now they're finding like, oh, wow, like, maybe I should go try this small business over here instead of going to like a big corporation who has mass product but I can say, oh, wow, I have a custom piece now, like for my line, charge a little bit more and or be exclusive. So it started kind of changing people's ideas. So honestly, like the pandemic for my business really helped me personally, as well as my business. It grew me into a different direction as wholesale. It grew me into a direction of, because I do lifestyle clothing. Where are you gonna go to shop? The malls is closed. At the time, the malls was closed, everything was closed. Online was taking days, if not weeks. I would send off masks and it would take like sometimes 2 weeks to get to a person. So it's just like, now that I'm local, now that I have a necessary item, you know, like, because people needed clothes, either people is fluctuating in weight, people are not going out anywhere, they want new clothes. So now they can come to me personally and pick up different pieces, and it's right there. So for myself, it negatively affected me, yes, but it also did a positive, because it all depends on how you think of things. So it negatively affected me, but it positively pushed me in a direction to up my business, to up the ante on everything and get my stuff together. So I'm
love it.
not happy it happened, but I'm happy for business-wise that it made me get better.
You really hit a point with the quarantine 15. Okay. And so you have that, you guys have a shirt. She has these really, what sizes do your shirts go up to, Courtney?
Small to 2X.
Okay, so she has these really oversized shirts that are like super fashionable, super cute, and like she literally hand makes these shirts, you guys. Like, and it's not just shirts, like it's everything, not Spanx, but like just everything. Go to urbanrarity.com.
You make stuff for men too?
Yeah, everything is men's sizes. So that's the thing. My clothing line is gender neutral. Everything is men's sizes unless it's specifically designed for a girl. But women like myself, I like to wear my boyfriend's clothing. I like to wear oversized clothing sometimes, and I want to be that girly tomboy vibe. So I love joggers. I'm from the Bay Area. I love joggers and hoodies. Beanies I wore all day when I first got here. My head was hot. Now I wear hats. So it's like I have all those different things. I'm addicted to socks. So it's like all those things are like coming to my line now, but I've been making custom jackets, hoodies, joggers, t-shirts for so long now. And now I'm actually getting into a process where I'm going to do my own manufacturing. So making an exclusive amount of specific pieces for my line, and or other companies can buy wholesale from me. So I want to be like, I don't know of a Black wholesaler in Los Angeles, a Black owned business that's a wholesaler. So I'm slowly getting that together. So where when I'm set and I'm ready and I've been doing it for a while, I can release that and be like, hey guys, Black owned business that also does wholesale for you.
I love it. So if any entrepreneurs like are on this Zoom, which I think it's a lot of entrepreneurs, you guys, this is a big deal. Like literally the fact that you're able to go from like buying and like creating small pieces to like becoming a wholesaler is next level business. I personally don't have the energy to deal with all those people individually and pack. I don't want to do it. I want to send you your one piece here to 1, 2 piece 3. But like the fact that she's able to do that, that is just absolutely awesome. So like Gio, tell us about the pandemic, how it negatively or positively affected you and how you bounce back. Because it's a bounce back. The bounce back is what's important.
Got you. I saw in the chat someone asked what platform my show is on. It's all on my IGTV as well as my YouTube channel. Everything is Gio Johnson. That's another thing. Try and make sure the name is the same across the board so it's easy to find you.
Yeah.
But negatively, with me being an actor and a host, couldn't audition, couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing. So that was the negative impact because, you know, I was used to being in an audition room a couple times a week to nothing. You know, I was even on Checkavale for a role on Empire, and then they said, no, the last 2 episodes ain't happening. I said, oh,
ooh,
yikes. You know, like met with the director and everything. And then next thing we know, those last 2 episodes were gone.
Right.
So, so it negatively affected me in that way because that's my bread and butter, acting, writing, directing, hosting. So with me starting the show, The Kickback though, and that was just, it was free. It was nothing out of my pocket. But what happened was I started getting in people's faces. They saw me as a host. They saw the online games I was doing. And they said, oh, how would you like to host a game night for this organization I'm working with? We'll pay you X amount of money. And all I got to do is pop up my laptop in my room and ask a few questions. Boom. So now I'm sitting at home making money during this pandemic. Doing something.
Won't he do it?
Right. Hallelujah. He downloaded the idea and turned it into a bag. Boom, boom.
Oh, come on, bars. Yes, come on with the bars. I love it. So I'm reading the chat here. So Courtney, a couple people have, well, not a couple people, one person has, do you cater to the LGBTQ community? Do you have anything LGBTQ?
Yeah, well, I have a couple clients. Amber's Closet is like one of my like LBGT like kind of faces that I do work with. Basically, like I customize whatever. Literally, I have clients send me pictures and or like mood boards of different things. That when I work with artists, they send me mood boards and they say, "Oh, I want this type of vibe." Okay, cool. So basically, that's what I do. I make custom pieces for you, and it's not anything outrageous like expense wise. But you literally be like, "Hey, I like these bandana shorts, but I want them like multicolor. I want them like this. I want them specifics," and I can do all that for you too. So my brand being gender neutral helps with that as well, because I'm not just stuck into only making girly size 1 type clothing. So
yes, the girl does it all. Do we have any more questions in the chat? Make sure you guys put your questions in the chat, because I'm having such a great time. I can literally go forever, but I did promise everyone it was 30 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. The pandemic has been a hard time and we have been moving through it. But let's talk about post-pandemic. What are kind of you guys' plans for your businesses when you're able to finally move back around? Like for me, I personally cannot wait to get out and DJ again. Like I've kind of been having like some gigs here and there, but I'm used to being like, no, I can't make it. I have to DJ like every day of the week, so it's just different. Yeah. So I'm hoping, Coachella and festivals and things like that open back up. Of course, with the mask, I'm totally fine wearing my mask. Everyone wear your mask, but I just kind of want to just get back out there, be back out in the streets. All right. But what for you guys, what kind of you guys looking forward to post-pandemic with your businesses?
I would say post-pandemic, honestly, just more people being out, because then the demand for pieces will go up. But honestly, just being able to be out and move around more, like I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it would just I don't think anything's gonna ever go back to normal, how we say. But honestly, I'm affected in a way where it's like it could be post-pandemic or current situation. But I feel like once the pandemic whatever eases up, I guess,
subsides,
I feel like subsides a little bit, I think the demand will go up. But I hope my biggest hope is that people understand that purchasing from small businesses and local businesses is what keeps your community thriving. If we don't have the local coffee shops, if we don't have the local boutiques and things like that around our places like where we live and our other businesses, the cost of value goes down for our city or our community. So it's like investing in those small businesses, like the restaurants down the street. Like if we don't purchase from those restaurants, our favorite little Italian restaurant is not going to be there anymore. So it's just understanding that big business is great because they have the manpower to keep up with demand. But small businesses is where you get that intimacy, is where you get the love and the caring and the personal love from an individual. I put love into every piece that I make. I literally try to my hardest. I tell some people it's going to take a little bit longer just because I want to make it right. I want to make it where you love it. But big business doesn't give you that. So I hope that post-pandemic people remember small businesses really do matter, because we were here in the grit and the grind with you, and the big businesses were not letting you into businesses because they were trying to make money. And they were, getting all these different tax breaks. So just people understanding that small businesses really do matter. And we were here for you during the hardest part.
I love it. And honestly, the buy back black is still happening right now, but in its height, during the pandemic, business was booming. And I just really wish that we could keep that same energy. There's a lot of detergent companies, toilet tissue companies that are all black, soap companies, do the research and, just try to have a buy black life as much as you can, because you really are supporting a small business that just happens to, do big business. I like that. Okay, Gianna, tell us about your post-pandemic plans so we can wrap up here. And if you guys have any more questions, please put them in the chat because I'm reading them right now.
Got you. So post-pandemic, to backtrack on that a little bit, when I first started the kickback, it was called the quarantine kickback. It's just a branding tool for you guys. Me calling it the quarantine kickback put a cap on it, because once quarantine was over, there was no more kickback, which is why I changed it over to the kickback with Geo so we can have longevity.
Yes.
So my plan is to continue to do it online, but also make it where you can come live at these bars. We can come do the same things I've done there, doing fancy lyrics, song association, and I bring it live to you at the restaurant or a bar or a birthday party, whatever the case may be.
Where are you located, Gio, so someone can join you?
I'm located in Chicago, but if you pay the right money, I can be wherever you need me.
Hey, come on. Hello.
I can fly out. Y'all can book DJ Demi Lobo, and I'll be wearing an outfit by Courtney. You know, collaboration is key.
We are a team.
You got to work together. But yes, collaboration is key. Also, that's the one thing I want to say. If you see somebody that has something that you need, and you guys can benefit each other, don't be afraid to hit them up and put it on the table. You know, but if they don't want to take it, cool. Like I just saw Courtney makes clothes. I just said, okay, I need some new stuff because I'm trying to do a photo shoot. I'm going to be hitting Courtney up.
And I need the views. So it's like teamwork makes the dream work.
I love it. And I just had to run. I'm out of breath really quick. I really wanted to show you guys my shirt that Courtney made. For me. I literally, I planned on wearing it, but I didn't feel like, so my mom wanted to steal this shirt, you guys, okay? So she hand bleaches all of it and has Nipsey Hussle on it. And she like, literally, you guys, I literally saw her, I went in her store and I was like, you know what, Courtney, I want to like, you know, and she, it was a regular shirt at first, like regular. She ripped up the bottoms for it and made it like all personalized. She cut the sleeves off. This is about like on the spot. Like she was just like, oh yeah, okay, just be like, okay, cool. She's just like, you know, like, you know, making it all personalized and stuff or whatever. So I just wanted to show you guys the girl is talented. And like,
that
you guys personalize everything for you.
It has to come out like exactly how I want it. If it doesn't, then I don't even sell it. Like I'm super particular now, and it's like I literally will do whatever you want. Like if you want here, there, boom, okay, cool. It's literally on the spot because I actually do it. I don't say that I do it.
This was on the spot. I'm not kidding. She was just like, I was like, you cut my shirt, and she was like, no, girl, I got this. You know, and it came out so cute. So make sure you guys support these, of course, young moguls. You guys, the chat has been litty, and I am so thankful for everyone else. Right, trying to get flued out. Okay, Gio, trying to get flued out. Gio's trying to get flued out. I love it. Well, my name is Demi Lobo, and I just appreciate you guys for having us and having my friends. And I hope that you guys found, if not the whole panel, you found a little something. Gio was dropping some bars. Courtney was dropping some gems, and you know, I'm just here to just facilitate. Okay, I'm just here for the vibe. So thank you guys. My Instagram is at Demi Lobo, DemiLobo. Gio, can you tell us yours? Because he's changed it twice over the years.
No, I have not. It's at
You
Gio
had it.
Johnson.
Just Gio Johnson. Okay, I thought it was an underscore. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then
No, on Twitter, there's an underscore.
Okay,
Twitter, there's an
I'll
underscore.
follow you. I'm trying to.
Boom.
And then Courtney, tell us both of yours because I want to get them right.
Miss I am MS_I_AM Miss I am, and then my business page is Urban Rarity URBAN_RARITY.
I love it. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you got something. And my business is Girl World Gang, and girl has no I, so GRLW no O. What, you know what, Mom? Can you put it in the chat?
There's no vowels.
There's no
There
vowels.
it is.
Just
But
take out the
gang
vowel.
has an A. But Casey, can you put my website in the chat, please, so that everyone can get it? Okay, guys, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me, friends. Bye, you guys.
No
Bye,
problem.
thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you.
So if you didn't know, then you do know that was my daughter, right?
That's me. I'm still here.
So guys, Demi,
Okay.
hang out for just a second.
Okay.
Don't move for 2 seconds. So this is where, and then Nadia will take over the screen in a minute. So first of all, guys, thank you for joining our millennial panel, The Hustle Sold Separately. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Twitter and Instagram. And guess what? If you didn't, you guys will get another chance because Shequita Lee, who's on my panel, is also a social media coach. What's important, I just want to tell you guys one little social media. We talked about having several different accounts. I have a political Twitter account, which I do not link to my personal account on purpose because that's where I get to go super crazy, say what I want. But I built that Twitter up from scratch. I think I've got about over 5,000 followers. I built it up from zero, just, you know, talking politics. And so I'm really proud of that Twitter account because I built it up in a few months to 5,000 followers. I think it's been about 6 months now. So yeah, so, you know, you can do it. If you want, you can do it. And I'm telling you, people retweet me. I kind of use my personal Twitter when I watch my, what is it, Married at First Sight? And I sometimes you can do one little goofy tweet and you can have 50 people retweet you or like your tweet. And so, you know, and then that turns into followers. So we can talk about, I'll let Shequita talk about that. So what I want to do right now, guys, before we were getting ready to switch over to our 5 breakout sessions, But I want to thank our sponsors right now. So I think Nadia is going to put them up on the screen. And well, I think we got 6 sponsors. I'm sorry about that. Okay, our sponsors. Nadia, you going to put up the sponsor flyer for us? Did I know, Nadia? I don't know what happened.
Yep,
but
I'm here.
okay.
You can go ahead and start shouting them out.
The sponsor flyer, yes. So there we go, guys. So the sponsors are Bettina, I'm not sure if she's here, of BU Beauty. Dr. Williams was on that grid, guys, in the bottom a little while ago. Dr. Williams, I'm not sure if she's still on here. Dr. Williams is one of our great, wonderful sponsors. I just saw a small consulting group. Shara is down there in the right a little bit. I just saw her when I was in the grid view. Thank you so much for sponsoring. I hope you guys are seeing the value in what we're doing today. Of course, Nadia Presents Perfume Chateau, which is Vilma Farrar, and she teaches you how to make your own perfume line or your own perfume for yourself. And then 80 Brown Travel. And then of course, Project 180 Chicago. So now, guys, we're getting ready to start our 5 breakout sessions. And you can choose which one or flip back and forth, because that's what I'm going to do. And Nadia is going to guide us on how to do that. In our 5 breakout sessions will be taking control of your life. And that will be with Leah. Raise your hand if you can. She was there with braids on the bottom a little while ago. Leah Aduro Corton. Domestic violence warning signs. Yolanda with the patch, that beautiful patch on her eye. And the great author of One Eyewitness, which if she doesn't, I hope she has a book. If not, I'll run and get one. I got one beat up copy left. Domestic violence, self-care during COVID with Dr. Angela Wheeler. I saw her. She had that beautiful fro parted down the middle. I saw her on the bottom a minute ago. 10 makeup secret tips. That's with Paige Hudson. Paige might be on a little bit late. She had to change locations. She said someone was actually doing construction over her head. And then monetize your message. Then that is Laura will be back for a couple of seconds. And then
I'm actually here, honey, but I am going to be moved to my phone. So I figured out how to get here the whole time, but I got to move from here to somewhere else. I've got, a kid day today.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
So I'm here.
All right, let's go, Nadia. So we are getting ready to start our breakouts, and then me, Shequita, and LaVonne will be back. All right, guys.
Okay, wonderful, guys. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms. Once again, we have 5 different rooms A, B, C, D, and E. You see it on the screen. A, taking control of your life. B, domestic violence warning signs. C, self-care during COVID. D, top 10 makeup secrets. And E, monetize your message. The rooms will be open for 40 minutes and they will close automatically. And just a reminder to my tech team, please remember to record the breakout sessions. So at this point, you all should be seeing a message on your screen asking you to choose which room you want to go to. And once again, the 5 rooms are on the screen for you to remember what they are. So A, B, C, D, or E, go ahead and choose a room and enter the breakouts.
Can they switch rooms, Nadia?
They can switch rooms if they want to. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, well, it looks like everybody is back. The breakout rooms are closed. So Kandi, you could go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so we've shouted out our VIPs. We've shouted out all of our VIPs. We've shouted out all of our sponsors. We're getting ready to wrap this up with our final panel. And then hopefully whoever's left, we will put you on, let you, if you were an attendee and you want to shout your business out, we'll let you shout out. And then after that, guys, we're going to let y'all go and enjoy your Saturday. But I do, I want to say this before we get started. And that is that I don't care what it is that you do and you say, or what is it that, you're involved in. Everything touches someone in a different way. And let me give you an example. My daughter has it all together. She's got everything going. I had to wring her neck to get her to do this panel and to get her panelists and all of that, right? Wring neck, okay? Wring like this. I had to wring her neck to get her panel and everything. How about she calls me as soon as she gets in her car? Mom, that was so awesome. I have an idea. I want to run by. You're going to be mad. I'm going to steal your idea. No, I'm not mad. I love it. But it's just funny how, you know, like I said, it's just hilarious how all of a sudden now she wants to do this big Zoom conference. Like this is like, everybody, where you been? Everybody's been doing Zoom, you know. But anyway, so, you know, saying all that to say, I hate this lazy laugh. It's so funny that happened to her once before. And we always laugh about that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just funny how, you know, like I said, I had to like wring her neck a little bit, but here we are. Now she wants, you know, she's getting ready to be the next Zoom conference guru, whatever. Take it away, girl. Take it away. But anyway, so all of that to say though that we can hear the same thing all the time. We can see the same thing all the time, and all it takes is for that one little. I was just in Leah's room just now, Leah's breakout, and we were talking about how it could just take one little tiny thing to take you to the next level, get you over the hump, give you new ideas, re-energize you, make you want to reinvest, reinvent. And, you know, so there we go. I just had to throw that out there. Okay, guys, I'm ready for Shequita, and I call her Lala. Yeah, I got to call her Lala because her name, LaVonne Idlette, I think is the proper pronunciation, but we call her Lala. So I'm going to call her Lala, and then y'all can call her LaVonne Idlette. Okay, are we ready?
Ready to go.
All right, Shequita. And LaVonne is in too?
LaVonne, go ahead and unmute.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, perfect.
Hey. Hey, girl, hey. So yeah, we are the final wrap-up team. So we gotta come, we gotta go hard. So we've had our sponsors in here. We've had Loral in here, our New York Times bestseller money millionaire makeover. You know, we've had the millennial panel. We've had everybody. Now, guys, we've had domestic violence. We had doctors and lawyers, everybody. And here we go. So what we want to do is just give our final as a final panel, two or three nuggets on how do we use social media to advance our business. We're in COVID, the brick and mortars are struggling. You know, how do we do that? Number one. And number two, how are we also in this fourth quarter finishing strong and preparing for 2021? So I want both of you guys to give a short introduction first, and then after that, if you want to start with one of those nuggets, and then we'll throw them back. You first, and then we'll go back to Shequita.
Okay. So I'm Lala, LaVonne Idlette. I was a professional athlete, and I was in the Olympics in 2012. I'm a lawyer by training, a serial entrepreneur, and I pretty much focus in the real estate space, mainly commercial real estate as an advisor, mortgage broker, and I run a real estate investment fund.
Okay, Shequita, you want to tell us about you and wait a minute. I met LaVonne actually. I met you at one of the Super Bowls, right? Or no?
Right after the Atlanta Super Bowl, you were there with a friend of mine, and
right.
Like, I gotta get to know her. She's in sports and a lady.
And then you came to Vegas, and then and Lala and I are actually getting ready to do a program. Hopefully, if everything goes right with Super Bowl, we're going to be doing some events in Tampa. So if you guys want to, don't wait till y'all always call me when I'm at the Super Bowl at the week. Tell me, can I get involved? No, we're telling you now. We're doing a program for Super Bowl. If y'all want to be involved, hit us up now. Okay, Shequita, and don't forget to tell them how we met Shequita too.
Yes. So my name is Shequita Lee. I'm a social media coach and consultant, the owner of SL Media. I help entrepreneurs, small business owners, church administrators figure out their social media platforms. So I take it from you don't know what you're doing to I know a little bit of something to getting comfortable enough to get your behind out there on social media. And me and Kandi met on Periscope. We met on Periscope. I've always had, I'm who I am. I'm a funny person. I think I'm funny. Some people don't think I'm funny, but I think the first time I met Kandi, I was on Periscope yapping about something, looking for my glasses. They were on top of my head. And I'm like, y'all, I gotta go. Periscope, I gotta go. I lost my glasses. They're like, look, your glasses are on top of your head. How old are you again? I'm like, look, mind y'all business. Y'all supposed to be here helping me. So that's how we met on Periscope. All my craziness through Periscope.
So Shequita, so you heard, of course, you were in there with my daughter, and those guys were talking about social media, and I think they were really focusing on Instagram. But as we know, regular businesses that are like, okay, I got to get an Instagram first. How do the small business navigate Instagram, Facebook? You got some people, they only want to do Facebook. How do you navigate, or how do you tell them which platform they should choose?
So my thing with people with social media platforms is everyone has a Facebook account, right? Everybody, okay? Whether they're pretty active on it or not, everybody's up there. Whether they're posting, they're up there. So the next thing I ask them is, who is your audience? Because whoever your audience is, that's the platform that you need to be at. But Facebook should be your home base. Not everybody is on Instagram. Not everybody's on LinkedIn. Not everybody's on Twitter. Not everybody's on TikTok. Everybody's not everywhere, but where is your audience? Because that's who you need to get to. So you should know where. If you don't, I usually walk people through where they can find them. But everybody has a Facebook, but whether you get on Instagram, whether we convert it, it's always something else. But the home base is always Facebook for most people.
And before I go to LaVonne, the other thing I think a lot of people miss with Facebook is, because I missed this for a while, was, all my friends and family are on my personal page, but I just fretted about starting another page from scratch. But I went ahead, bit the bullet, and I started my business Facebook page. And I love it because when I stream from that page, I can boost my posts from that page and make sure that it doesn't matter if one person was on it. Even though I'm past that stage, I normally have more than one person on there. Sometimes we've got hundreds. But the good news is that I can bump it up to 8,000 views by just continuing it out. You can't do that on a personal page. And I think a lot of people miss that. So LaVonne, how do you use social media in your business, Lala? Which social media do you use? I know what you use. She's famous on Instagram, but how do you use Instagram? How do you get to that point where you got people coming to your Instagram all the time? And I know you have a real estate business. How do you intertwine those two?
So the funny thing is like, because the algorithms change so much over time, you have to change your strategy over time. So I got a lot of followers back when Instagram was very organic. Like, you see everybody's post, it just comes in order and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, you have to try hard to make people see your page. So on Instagram now, I post less, but I do more lives, because live is the only organic thing they still have, where like it just shows to every person. It's going to tell every person that follows you that you're on live, and it gets a lot more organic traffic. So that's the only thing I really do on, and then I do stories as well. I do that way more than posting, just because I was seeing a dramatic drop in how many likes I get, how many people saw what I was doing, and that kind of stuff. By posting. The other thing I found that I still actually don't know how to use it properly, but Pinterest. And it's because I talk a lot about different things, like whether you're a passive investor or you are looking to be like a flipper or whatever the case may be in real estate. I give these like boards. Don't know how this actually works, but I don't have no followers on Pinterest, but I get hundreds of thousands of views on my boards, and people will save them and when there is information to it. And I have it clicked back to my Instagram page and to my website. So I've been getting a lot of traffic that way. My biggest engagement tool though is Twitter. And that's just because I found my little group of people who also talk about real estate and making money and that sort of stuff. And we engage with each other, and it's much easier to go viral on Twitter, just because other people will retweet you, and you kind of got to turn that off, because you'll start getting too many comments and stuff like that. But once one goes, your information goes very far. Like, the best thing about Twitter is people just like to agree with the things they already believe. So if you say something that's pretty basic, like I'm usually like, I said something profound, it gets 2 likes. If I say something basic, like save your money, I'll get 100,000 retweets. Like, who doesn't know that already? But But
yeah, and
so
no,
yeah, it's I think social media is the great equalizer for businesses these days, because we don't have to be out, you don't have to have a large budget, because when we've started in real estate, well, my dad started in the 90s, but when we started together about 10 years ago, we were still sending mails, putting out flyers and that sort of stuff. It's really expensive in comparison to getting on, making a post. You got Canva, you can make it look real nice like someone else did it for you. So we have a great equalizing tool to reach the whole world. And it's just about doing it consistently, and like, don't be afraid to engage with others. Like, that's how people know about you. You go onto somebody else's post and tell them you like what they're saying or you don't agree. You get a lot more followers that way.
Before we go to Shequita, I just want to say about Pinterest. I don't know how to work Pinterest either. I never took it seriously, but my daughter does actually ads on Pinterest. Just like I'll do my ads on Facebook and on Instagram. I never thought about doing a Pinterest ad, but she actually gets a lot of engagement on doing a Pinterest ad as well. So I guess they got in the ad business too. Everybody trying to figure out how to get our money. But yeah, so yeah, talk to Demi. She got that Pinterest thing down. So Shequita, my question to both of you guys is on this. Well, my next social media question is, Lala brought up the live stream. So tell us, I know a lot of people, I use more live streams on the Facebook side, and now I do live streams on YouTube, and I'm still doing Periscope. I don't do as many Instagram lives, but what would what would you say to these businesses? How do we encourage them to start going live on more platforms, or give them whatever, like I said, I want to motivate them to go live a little bit more. Shequita, can you expound on that? How it helps your business?
It helps your business tremendously. Why? Because if people can see you and they can hear you, they are more than likely want to do business with you, because they feel, I don't know what it is about the voice tone or what have you, but being able to see the person behind the business makes them feel comfortable parting with their money. Plus, videos get a lot more attention than if someone has to read stuff. People can sit at work, they can listen to a whole live video about, whatever the topic is, and not have to worry about actually reading anything, but just listening. And then they could be able to save it, go back, share it, send it to their friends. Oh, did you hear this? You need to hear about this. This is a topic that, would be great for you. So because live streaming is so popular, so, now this is what businesses are doing. You will see people in stores. They will say, hey, do you guys mind being on live video? And they'll have them talk about their products. You know what? Next thing you know, they're sharing this video. Someone else is coming to the store. Friends are like, oh, let me go to this store. This looks good. I saw you talking to the owner. It's a wonderful thing. And if we as business owners, if we're trying to make our fourth quarter goals, right, and we're trying to kick it in for the end of 2020, we've got to do something that we are not comfortable with. Because the longer that you stay to the point where I'm not going to do videos, I'm not comfortable, the more you're going to stay stuck in that same thing. This is the age of turning things around and doing more of what you aren't comfortable with in order to get to where you're trying to go. So videos, love it. I mean, when I met Kandi on Periscope, I didn't like videos either. I kept deleting all of mine. Then I finally said, well, how am I going to get people to know who I am if I keep deleting the videos because I'm critiquing myself? You'll never be perfect, right? You just have to do it and then just get better as you do it. So don't worry about everything being perfect. Just do it and then get comfortable after you continuously do it. That is nothing for you no more. Nothing.
So I want to go back to Lala. So Lala, you're doing the Instagram lives. Can you tell the audience, Instagram lives, we know it's organic. Like you said, the algorithm is wonderful. It tells everyone, hey, I'm on right now. But can you also talk to people about the imperfection of going live? Like if you've got this great opportunity, you're trying to sell a house, or you are, like you said, you're in this mansion, you want to sell it, or you want to get your investors on board, but maybe that's not your best hair day, okay? Or you're not really all done up. How do you navigate that and still get to what it is that how do you still navigate? I'm not going to miss this opportunity, even though it's not the best hair day and I wasn't all made up today. even though you probably went out the house on 10, but just in case you didn't. Because a lot of people, that scares a lot of people. You know, it's like, oh my God. I mean, I've done it before. Oh my God, I didn't curl my hair, but you know, I want to do this video.
So I am the queen of flipping the camera. I want to show people the other things. Like, you don't got to look at me, especially on a live for me, because I actually don't like being on live by myself because I feel like I'm talking to myself. Unless we're having like a Q&A or people are really engaging and asking questions, it just feels like I'm rambling. I come on to say 2 or 3 things and then I just hop off, unless I'm with someone else and like talking about a specific topic, which I prefer because it's like a dialogue and then other people can chime in and ask questions. But for the most part, I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to say, let me show you what I'm doing, where I'm at, walk you through the deal, tell you why this is good, why this is bad, things for you to look at. But my new favorite place to go live, which anybody can sign up to do this, and it's a really good revenue stream if you're like into affiliate marketing and stuff. It's Amazon Influencer. So they have their own live as well. And so I have a book that I sell. So that's my one product. But if you have like a whole store or something like that, you can put any products on your Amazon influencer page and you'll get affiliate money for people who buy through your thing. But the best part about it is you don't have a following on Amazon. It's just, they put it out there into the universe. You're talking about books today. People who are interested in books look at your video. So it's very audience agnostic. Like, who knows who's watching it? I have no idea. But I get a lot of clicks from it because I'm just talking crazy all the time. So it's just like, I like these books because of XYZ. And I usually talk about books because that's just the thing that I'm into. But, I tell myself I'm going to go on and talk about toothpaste or something one day because I'm like, I'm an affiliate for, what is the thing called? One of those teeth whitening something or another, even though I feel like that's a lie. I just brushed my teeth. I didn't use your light, but it's all good.
Okay, so I learned something today. I'm definitely going to go get an Amazon influencer account today. I know that right after we get off. Lala, thank you. So Shequita, as we wrap up this, and then after that, like I said, our last 2 questions will be, finishing the 4th quarter. So my last social media question, question/topic is how do you manage social media time? I know that's one of the things you must have to talk to your clients about is managing their time on social media. And the reason why this is important, I have a political Twitter that I am on all day and night. I am on there getting people to vote, telling people how to vote, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm not even gonna tell you guys what I really tweet, but the most important thing is, telling people to vote, helping people to find what's going on in your city, things of that nature. So I feel like it's a full-time job that I'm not getting paid for, but it's personal to me. So how do you manage social media for your business or if you're an influencer or, how do you manage the social media, your time?
So managing your time on social media is really up to you, because if your business is out there on social media and you want to grow it, it's up to you to really think about like taking it very seriously. There are several apps that you can use, which you can pre-schedule your stuff onto various platforms. Facebook has the Facebook Creator that you can use, and you can pre-schedule your post on your business page as well as your Instagram page as well, as long as your Instagram page is a business page. But if you don't have your Instagram page as a business page, you can use Planoly. Demi mentioned that earlier. But there's several apps that you can use. So it's Planoly, Hootsuite, Buffer, Crowdfire, several apps that you can use to pre-schedule your posts so that your life is not on social media 24 hours a day, and you can keep your content rolling out there without beating somebody up because you haven't gotten enough sleep. But I manage mine because I also have a part of my business is social media management. So besides managing their platforms and putting it out there on social media, I'm also doing my own as well. So there are days of the week that I've set aside to what I'm going to post out on social media for myself and for my clients. So I've delegated certain days to do that. So that Monday through Friday, if I am busy, living life and living my best life, basically, on Saturdays, I am making that day specifically for planning my posts. And that's where I don't want to go into details, but content strategy definitely comes into place, having a content calendar so that you're not sitting up here trying to figure out what to post, right? There are days that have gone by and you haven't figured out nothing and people wondering if you're still in business. So there are ways that you can do it by pre-planning your stuff and using the tools, free tools that are out there for you to be able to use.
Okay, so Lala, last social media question. How do you, now that we've been in this whole COVID era right now, our new normal, how do you let people know what's going on? How are you using social media? Normally we would have an event, we could tell everybody come to XYZ coffee shop. So now that we're not doing as much of that, how are you re-navigating and retooling your business using social media as a tool to still accomplish the goals in your business that you are still doing?
So the craziest thing is I'm used to having like a crazy event schedule and just be like traveling and all that kind of stuff. And so COVID has created the ability to do more without travel. However, it makes you get overwhelmed because you can now do more. So the first couple of months, I was spending my entire day in meetings where it's like Zoom, 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 Zoom. Don't want to do that. So then I'm like, okay, what's the best way to get a message across? And I started recording webinars and like sharing it within my emails, my email followers about things that I want them to know about. So for instance, I'm raising money right now. So I just want people to know what we're doing, what we're trying to do with distressed assets and what communities and that kind of stuff. And so I use social media as a tool to meet people, get their email address by DM and that sort of stuff so that I can add them to that group. Other than that, I've just been trying to find ways to limit having to do one-on-ones, because one-on-ones seem good, like good ideas, because you can set up a Calendly and all that stuff and people can sign up, but then you'll spend your entire day back to back to back to back with no cutoff. Like, oh yeah, I'm at home, I might as well, it's 8 p.m. Next thing you know, you've not actually cooked yourself dinner. So the most important part is like managing your time. Like she was saying, I schedule my posts for the business accounts a month in advance. So we do one day, and I now have an intern that the city gave me. So in your city, in your county, for the most part, they have programs where they have interns, especially for at-risk youth and people who have records. And they could be a great resource, and you can teach them a new skill that they can take to someplace else. So I teach them how to manage my social media. This is what I need you to do. And then Buffer allows you to just go in and accept the post, because you don't want them to put something crazy or some words that don't match your brand. But so you want to be able to empower people, but still have like that check and balance to be like, all right, this is still your name is going to be attached to it if something goes weird.
Sometimes we think somebody else is tweeting for the president, right? Okay. So we think there's several interns that are working for him. So I'm going to start with Lala and then come back to Shequita because I'm going to switch lanes right now. So going into the final stretch, or Shequita, you can stay up because she's got you up, so no problem. So going into the final stretch, as you guys heard today, there's a lot of different I think lanes that we're playing in, and some of them are new lanes. So how would you, I think you were already doing an online business, so you're probably ahead of the rest of us. But for those women who were not doing business as an online business, and now they have to kind of shift modes, and it's not as easy because maybe they have products, or maybe they were used to going out to do networking. What advice, just a couple of tips that you would give them now, so that ways that they can use their social media? I mean, specific tips that you can say, do this. You can't do as many outside networking events, so try this.
What I would suggest is one of the things that they definitely need to do is use your social media platforms, right? You're connecting with people. You join these groups on Facebook. The groups on Facebook are gold, okay? And it should be groups specific to what your business is about. If it's women entrepreneurship, there are a variety of businesses in there, but they allow you to share what your business is about. So you definitely want to connect a little bit more. I know a lot of people are like scared to really accept friend requests, but definitely start doing that. And possibly one of the things that you can do when you get these new friend requests is, you know, introduce yourself. One of the best ways that you can introduce yourself instead of writing the written content is on Facebook, you can actually record your voice and be a little bit more personalized and say, hey, such and such, thank you so much for the friend request. I'd love to, you know, get to know you a little bit more, or I'm hosting this, or I'm looking for connections that do this, that, the other. If you don't ask, you don't know, you know, they may have connected with you because they saw you like someone else's post or what have you. So try to do a little bit more of that, get comfortable with video, okay? Start doing more video on social media. That is a plus and a must, okay? And then from there, just keep putting yourself out there. Like Lala said, if you don't have that much content to post, do more live videos, okay? Because that's what's gonna help you to get seen by everybody. Just get comfortable in the space that you're in and really start getting yourself out there on social media. So if you're not comfortable with certain platforms, definitely feel free to reach out to me so that I can help you with that. But definitely just start where you are, get to moving, and utilize these Zooms. Don't get overwhelmed with doing too many Zoom things. You know, talk to people on the phone as well, because that's good too, right? Get their emails as well, because we still need emails. So there are a couple of things that I threw out there that you can use like right now, but the best thing to do is to really start putting yourself out there and to let people know, hey, I am a business owner. You know, I'm not, I may not be able to meet you in person, but let's do a phone call or let's do a Zoom and get to know each other a little bit more. Or I like what you're doing. Let's connect on this. I think I may know a person that can help you to do this or something like that. So it's a lot of things that you can do.
So did we all buy Zoom stock, by the way?
I missed out on that.
It may not be too late. Okay. I don't know about that, but I remember when it was Skype. People don't even mention Skype anymore. And Zoom's been around for so long, nobody kind of really cared. And now here we are. So Lala, so I heard you say that you were raising money. I'm assuming it's from one of your real estate projects. So I know everybody is scared of asking for money. When I first decided to do this conference, I told you, I talked to several different people. It was like, oh, you got to do this for free. You got to do this for free. I was like, absolutely not. I'm past, total free, especially when we're putting together something of this magnitude. And I had to pay Nadia. And we got to give her technicians, man, they were awesome. Her technical team has been amazing. I'm like, I don't want to do both of these together. But my point is, so how are we going to make these people comfortable now with doing events online or asking for money online? How do we get these people to move from this, community nonprofit mindset to, I may have to make a living online now. How do I ask for money? If you don't want to talk about the online part, at least talk about how do you ask for money? I just ask. And I keep going and going and going and going until people say no. They have to say no 500 times. So between 100 and 499, I'm still asking. So Lala, tell me, how do you get money for your projects? And how do these people going into this final quarter, unemployment's getting ready to be cut off. Some of these people may not have a regular job now. How do they get comfortable with asking for money?
So for me, I am just a person who believes in bringing value first. So like, I spend all my time talking about the benefits of what we're doing, why you should do it, why you be involved, what you're going to get out of it. It really has nothing to do with me. I'm just a vehicle. I'm providing you a vehicle to do the thing. So if it's information, I'm providing you I'm trying to help you reach the goal that you have. And so the hardest part that most people don't realize that everything is sales. So like the part of sales that's the most important is, don't pitch people features. You got to pitch them the benefit to help them reach the goal that they have. And if you spend your time there and how that has value, you won't get as many objections because you're going value, 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 and this is the cost. But the cost is really nothing because it's going to make you this, or it's going to give you the thing that you actually want. So nobody goes and complains that they have to go get food because they know they want the food, they want to eat it because it gives them the satisfaction. They will never complain about whatever it costs if they really want it. And so that's kind of my approach, is start with value, show them what they're going to get out of it, and just make sure that you're going after low-hanging fruit. The people who actually know that they already want the thing that you have. And so that I was going to piggyback off of what Shequita said about it, Shequita said about Facebook groups, is whoever your dream client is, get into their tribes. You need to be in their groups, talking and getting to know them, so that you'll know exactly what their pain points are, so that you can hit them like, I got the solution that's going to make your life better, make your life easier, and this is it, and this is how easy it is. I am a firm proponent that free things don't work, and it's only because it doesn't make people take action. I gave free things away so long, and then I just get frustrated, like, I gave you all the tools to be everything you wanted to be, and then you did nothing with it because it had no, it didn't make them have to feel like it had value. It was just like, oh yeah, that was great information. I like you. I think you're smart.
you made us all die on that one. Oh my God, I think we all died. So this is funny. I'm sorry. So Shequita, now from a personal standpoint, we're at the end of 2020. We got 2 months left. We got personal, business, and those two things, and then within that we got money, jobs. What do we need to do? Give us 2 or 3 tips, 2 or 3 things going into this final stretch. What would you give to your if I was your client or personal friend, what would you tell me to do going into the final stretch?
Oh, final stretch, you either want to grow or you want to stay where you are, right? Staying in that comfort zone is not going to get you where you want to go. So you either want to do this or you don't want to do it. I get people that say, oh, I'm going to do it, 2020. 2020 is almost over. So when we're going to get started, I'm going to do it 2021. So why not just start like right now? Okay. I know somebody who's been trying to figure out going live for years. She still ain't go live. I was like, you're not going to get any further past 2020 if you don't do this. And that's her one hang up, right? Because she doesn't feel comfortable. Nothing is always going to be comfortable for you if you don't want to get out of that same predicament, right? We're not growing when we stay the same. So you guys have to figure out, right? This is 2020. This is the fourth quarter, the final quarter. Ain't no more shots after this. Well, technically it's more shots. I'm just, anyway, I had to use that little plug, life after sports. But for yourself, right? You have to do something differently. I know it's ladies on here. Us ladies, we are go-getters, right? So it's time to do something different. You got to really, put the hammer down. Again, focus on growing your business, because if we're going to stay in this pandemic-ish thing that we're in right now, we have to be on video. We have to be on social media. We have to wear a couple of different hats, right? And we got to get comfortable in that. So think about where you want to be and where you are right now, and think about whether you want to stay there or if you really want to grow and kick it up. Because since there are a lot of businesses that are closed, your business might be the business that people need, right? But if you're not talking about it, if you're not on social media, if you're not sharing it, and if you're not asking for the sale, they ain't gonna give it to you. They say, oh, I'm gonna wait till that business open back up. So you have to get to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm about to kick this in the butt. You know what? Watch me. Put up the new videos. Work with Canva, okay? Put up some graphics. Get some help if you need help, but don't be afraid to really kick it in and go forward in your business, because it's now is the time. Now is the time.
Okay, Lala, before we come back and wrap up, give us your final, whether it's your friend or your business person, what are you going to tell them to do for the last couple of months here? We got 2.5 months left, actually 2 and 1 week. 2 months and 1 week, and you can't really even count all that because the holidays are in there. Exactly. So really, we got about 2 more months, 8 weeks left. What do we do with them?
So I want to piggyback off of what Shequita just said, and it is talk more about what you do first and foremost, because most people assume that other people know what they do based on some random post that they made 6 months ago that they assume everybody saw. No one knows what you do. Tell them over and over. Everybody you meet, and they might not be your client, but they probably know somebody, and you wanted to be the first thing onto their mind when somebody asks for something. They're like, oh, I know somebody that does it, and it's you. That's the first thing. The second thing would be, in terms of getting out of your comfort zone, it is get on YouTube and learn something new that you can apply to your business. If you just YouTube how to, the thing that you want to know, you will find something on there, and it will be very actionable, and it may be the thing that pushes you over the edge. All you need is that little push, and it just goes from there. I would say that definitely don't wait for perfectionism, because at the end of the day, most people who I know who are really successful are winging it beyond reproach. I'm like, you're doing that kind of money and you don't even have a business set up yet. Like, just going for it is the first part of it, because a business is about making money, not just telling people you have a business and all that kind of stuff. Is having a product, getting it out there and selling it to people, and then making it perfect after that. It gets better and better. But the first iteration, just put it out there, see what people think. Maybe you're over perfecting it and it's not what the people want. You got to give the people what they want, not what you think they should have.
And the other thing I want to tell you guys, so you guys have to connect with people and make a point to connect. Because when Lala came to Vegas, the first thing she said was, I'm coming to Vegas, let's get together. And we made our little lunch date, and we had our date, and we're like, okay, now we're going to do this thing in Florida, and some other things just got beyond our control. But you guys got to really connect with people. Make a point to connect. I mean, make that connect happen. I met with Shequita when I went to Virginia, and then we ended up doing something together. A lot of people, I'm not a talker. If I tell you I'm going to meet you or we're going to do something, I'm serious. But a lot of people say, oh, yeah, let's do this. Let's get together. No, I'm going to, we've got to do that. We got to connect with people. Then we got to tell people what it is that we want, number 1 and 2. And I see some things in the chat. Are these questions for this panel, guys? Let me know. Because we're getting ready. I was getting ready to wrap up, but I just see some questions.
I want to piggyback off of what you just
go ahead, babe.
And to the point that, make sure that you're connecting with the intention of building a relationship, because becoming transactional with people is not a sustainable business. And you want to have the relationship before you need the thing that you need. So I don't ever meet a person on a first attempt and say, hey, I know you got some money. You want to invest it? No, you get to know them. You get to know what they're into, what their risk tolerance is, and all that stuff. And by the time that we've had 6 or 7 conversations, they ask me, can they invest with me? Not the other way around, but that's right. The relationship.
That's amazing. So tell us where we can find you, and don't go anywhere, because we're getting ready to put everybody that's left on the screen and let them come in. And at that time, if they have a question, they can do their question, because we're getting ready to wrap this whole thing up. And then, or if they want to tell us what they do, because a lot of people are in here putting in the chat what they do. I'm going to let them come on screen. So Lala, first, you tell us where we can find you, and then we'll go to Shequita. And then after that, Nadia, we're going to put everybody that's left on the screen. And if they have video, they can come on and tell us what they are doing, what they have to sell, what they want us to buy, and whatever else. And thank you so much, by the way.
You can find me on Instagram at LalaHurdles2, the 2 is a number. On Twitter at Idlette, which is my last name, and my website is LaVonneIdlette.com. It has every link to anything you could think of. If you need anything, especially professional, add me on LinkedIn, send me a message. I'll connect you. If I know somebody, you got a contact in me. So that's it.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to sign up to be an Amazon influencer. That's what I learned today. I got to tell my daughter about this. Okay, Shequita, tell us where we can find you, how they can get your social media management service. And then after that, Nadia, you can put everybody up and we'll just wrap up.
So you can find me on Instagram under @Shequita Lee, Twitter @Shequita Lee, Facebook business page is @Shequita Lee Media. My business website is shequitaleemedia.com.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone for attending today. We are going to have one final cascade of everyone that's left that wants to tell us about their business, and they can give us their 30-second pitch. Make sure you guys are following me for the first, second, third, and fourth quarter conference for next year for 2021, as well as make sure you're following me. I'm at KC BizBoss everywhere, or at Life After Sports. And this is what's important. Starting next week, you guys will be able to register for our Genius Talks. So if you are proficient in anything, if there's something that you know more about, if you got a special talent, gift, or whatever, you can be one of our speakers on our Genius Talks. And we are going to be doing those in conference and video, and we'll be doing Genius Talks monthly. Or some of them will be phone conference calls, just so we can like hear each other talk, and just like I said, just have a chat. But so you can either register for just one Genius Talk, or you can register for the whole series.
Hello, everyone. It's been a pleasure to help produce this event. My name is Nadia from Nadia Presents. I am passionate about keeping people safe. Just because we're all in our house doesn't mean that you can't put on fantastic events and still bring value to your audience and get your message out there. So if there is anyone that has an event concept and you're not really sure how to bring it online, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to consult with you and see how we can get your message out there in a safe way using this virtual platform. Thank you, Kandi, so much for giving me this opportunity. It has been a wonderful experience to see all of these amazing women, and I've been taking notes on the side as I was producing the show. So I have really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, bye. I will call you guys all later, inbox you. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Y'all know I do, but I just want to tell you, thank all of you guys so very much. And I'll talk to all of you guys. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.